Close your eyes or let them gently drift shut as you settle into the soft embrace of your bed, your pillow cradling your head like a faithful companion. The world outside fades away, the hum of the day, the rush of thoughts, and in its place a gentle whisper pulls you back to a time when adventures began with a single step into the unknown. Welcome to the ultimate journey through every Pokémon region, a soothing voyage through the lore that shaped our dreams. This is not a race, not a battle cry, but a serene pilgrimage across the Pokémon world, from the misty shores of Kanto to the sun-drenched peaks of Paldea. Let nostalgia wrap around you like a warm blanket, pulling you into memories of wide-eyed wonder, of that first Pokéball in your hand, heavy with promise. Imagine it now, the soft glow of your screen or the quiet darkness of your room, the faint scent of adventure lingering in the air. You've travelled far in life, but tonight we return to where it all began. Pokémon wasn't just a game, it was a world that lived and breathed, a tapestry of regions, each more enchanting than the last, woven with stories of heroes, legends, and creatures that danced on the edge of myth. And here, in this 3-hour odyssey, we'll wander through them all, unhurried like a gentle breeze tracing the contours of ancient maps. No trainers to challenge, no gyms to conquer, just the pure, unadulterated lore, painted in words to lull you into the deepest slumber. Picture yourself standing at the threshold of Pallet Town, the dew-kissed grass tickling your shoes, under a sky painted in pastel dawns. Kanto, the cradle of it all. This is where Professor Oak's voice first echoed, wise and warm, handing you not just a Pokémon, but a key to infinity. The region unfolds like a childhood storybook, Viridian Forest's emerald canopy, where Caterpie spun silken dreams, Mantmoon's cavernous whispers, echoing with the cries of Zubat and the glow of moonstones, the vast Cerulean city, where Misty's gym shimmered like a sapphire sea. But beyond the badges lies the lore, the ancient rivalry of Mewtwo's creation, the slumbering Mew hidden in the shadows of time, the towering presence of the legendary birds soaring over the Indigo Plateau. Feel the nostalgia swell as we revisit Lavender Town's spectral towers, where spirits linger not in fear, but in quiet reverence, guardians of the Pokémon Tower, where Marowak's eternal flame burns softly. As the sun climbs higher, our path meanders eastward to Johto, Kanto's whispering twin, where traditions bloom like cherry blossoms in New Bark Town. Here the cycle of life pulses in Ecruteak City's dance halls, where the kimono girls weave tales of Ho-Oh and the Rainbow Wing, a phoenix reborn from ashes of sorrow. Morty's ghostly gym in Ecruteak hums with otherworldly energy, but it's the Tin Tower and Bell Tower, call to the soul. Twin spires piercing the heavens, homes to Lugia, the guardian of the seas, whose psychic waves calm the fiercest storms. Wander the Whirl Islands, whirling mists, dive into the dragon's den beneath Blackthorn, where the dragon heart of Claire beats strong, echoing legends of the elder dragons. Johto isn't just land, it's a lullaby of rebirth, where ruins like the ruins of Alph puzzle the mind into peaceful surrender, play fiery songs drifting on the night breeze. The horizon shifts, colours warming as we sail to Hoenn, the land of super ancients and primal forces. Blateport's bustling markets fade into the azure waves, leading to Rustborough's stone-clad resolve and the Devon Corporation's humming innovations. But peel back the surface and Hoenn reveals its primordial heart. The Sky Pillar, where Rayquaza coils in emerald majesty, mediator of land and sea. The sealed chambers of Regirock, Regicé and Registeel, golems forged by an ancient people who withstand cataclysm. Feel the earth's rumble in meteor falls, Groudon's domain awakening in primal fury, only to be soothed by Kyogre's oceanic lullaby from the Cave of Origin. Lava Ridge Town's hot springs steam invitingly. A natural spa where the journey pauses, muscles melting into relaxation as we recount the lore of the red and blue orbs. Jewels that bind chaos to harmony. Oen teaches balance, a rhythmic tide that ebbs and flows, carrying you deeper into rest. Northward now to Sinnoh, where myths walk among mortals under auroras that paint the sky in whispers of purple and green. San Gemtown's shores lap gently. Professor Rowan's lab, a beacon of discovery. The region sprawls with stark beauty, the jagged peaks of Mont Coronet splitting the heavens, cradle to Dialga, Alkia, and the fabric of time and space itself. Lake Verity's guardian. Uxie holds knowledge, Aself willpower, Mesprit emotion, Rio of the lake, shimmering in ethereal light. No Point Temple's icy halls guard Regigigas, a colossal mover of continents, while the distortion world warps reality in Giratina's shadowed realm. Suni Shore's wind-swept cliffs and the survival area's rugged wilds evoke a sense of epic solitude, but it's the flower paradise where shaman blooms in grace, turning battlegrounds to meadows. Sinnoh's lore is a cosmic symphony, stars aligning to guide your dreams into infinity. Across the sea to Unova, the region of ideals and truths, where skyscrapers pierce Castelia City's fog like aspirations unrealized. Nuvema Town starts simple. The journey spirals through Pinwheel Forest's whispering woods and Nimbasa's neon glow. Here, Reshiram flames with truth. Zekrom thunders ideals. A clash, birthing the Dragon Spiral Tower's ancient roar. The abyssal ruins sink beneath the waves, holding relics of an empire lost to hubris, while the nature preserve harbours the elusive deerling herds under Victini's playful spark. Driftvale's caverns echo with Excadrill's drills, but the heart lies in the Pokémon League atop Victory Road, where dragons dream. Unova contrasts urban pulse with rural hush, a duality that mirrors the mind's quieting, black and white fading to peaceful grey. Further still, the Kalos, the land of elegance and eternal beauty, where Lumiose City's prism tower sparkles like a jewel in the night. Vannyville Town's quaint charm gives way to Shalor City's coastal serenity, Arena's skating rink a glide into reverie. The ultimate weapon slumbers beneath Geosenge, Eviltal's destructive wings balanced by Xerneas' life-giving light. Their dance in the Tree of Life, a fable of renewal. Lysandra's vision of perfection crumbles against the law of AZ, the eternal king whose Floette wept a millennium's tears. Reflection Cave mirrors the soul, while the Pokémon Village offers sanctuary to the Forsaken. Halos's art in motion, fairy tales spun in moonlight, inviting you to lose yourself in its graceful folds. Escape to Alola, paradise unbound, where islands float like emeralds on sapphire seas. Iki Town's festivals pulse with ukulele strings. Harla's trials not battles, but rites of passage. The Tapu's Rain, Tapu Koko's electric spark, Tapu Lely healing mists, Tapu Bulu verdant strength, Tapu Fini abyssal calm, guardians of the island's etheric veil. Ultraspace rifts to Nihiligo's otherworldly allure, while Executor Island's palms sway to eternal summer. Pony's wilds hide the exaltation of the moon, Lunala's crescent wings soaring with Solgalio's solar blaze. Alola breathes tropical ease, ukulele strumming you into hammock sway, worries dissolving like salt in the tide. Then to Gala, where stadiums roar under industrial skies, yet wild areas bloom untamed. Postwick's fields, lead to Motostoke's steam-whistled heart, Leon's dynasty, a legend in living colour. Zacian and Zamazenta, wolf swords of heroism, clash with Eternatus's poison eternity in the darkest day's shadow. The Isle of Armour waves crash on Dojo Stowers, Crown Tundra's peaks shelter Calyrex, spectral steed of snow and crown. Galar blends grit and glory, a countryside ramble turning to crown jewel spectacle, fueling dreams of triumph soft as victory laps. Finally, Aldea, the open-world expanse where skies meet endless horizons. Cabo Poco's Mesa Goza gleams academic, treasures hidden in Area Zero's crystalline depths. Koraidon roars ancient freedom. Miraidon pulses futuristic gleam, their paradox-kin twisting time's threads. The treasures of ruin, Wochien tablets, Yen Paofangs, Pinglu vessel, Yu flames, echo forgotten curses. Aldea's windswept mesas and biomes blend seamlessly, a culmination of all journeys before. This is your ultimate journey, dear traveller, a tapestry of every region, lore unfurling like petals in dawn's light. Nostalgia's gentle hand guides us, no detail rushed, each legend a pillow for your thoughts. As we embark, let the Pokémon world's heartbeat sync with yours, flowing, deepening, into sleep's sweet embrace. Breathe in the region's scents, ocean spray, forest dew, mountain crisp, and exhale the day's weight. Your adventure awaits, eternal and serene. Now settle deeper, and let the journey begin. Awakening in Pallet Town. Pallet Town stands as the quiet cradle of Kanto, where the very first sparks of human-Pokémon partnership flickered to life, long before any league badges or champion dreams took shape. Did you know that this unassuming village, nestled on grassy plains under endless blue skies, holds the origin story of bonds that would shape the entire Pokémon world? Right here, in a place so serene it feels like time itself pauses, your journey as a trainer truly awakens. You stir in your cozy bed in Pallet Town, the morning sun filtering through simple curtains, casting a warm glow on wooden walls lined with faded posters of legendary Pokémon. The air carries the fresh scent of dew-kissed grass and distant ocean breezes, a reminder that Kanto's vast landscapes stretch just beyond your window. But this isn't any ordinary morning. The day marks the day you step into a legacy etched into every trainer's heart. Professor Oak, the region's foremost expert on Pokémon biology, has been waiting for you. His lab, just a short walk from your home, buzzes with the soft hum of research equipment and the gentle calls of Pokémon in containment. Oak isn't just a scientist, he's the guardian of Kanto's foundational truths. In his cluttered office, surrounded by shelves groaning under volumes of field notes and evolutionary charts, he unveils something profound. The world's first documented Pokémon bonds weren't born in grand arenas or hidden temples. They emerged right here in Pallet Town, fragile connections forged between early humans and wild creatures drawn to the village's abundant resources. Oak explains how ancient settlers, migrating from distant lands, discovered that Pokémon weren't mere beasts to capture, but partners capable of mutual growth. These bonds ignited a revolution, turning solitary wanderers into collaborative explorers. You feel it stirring in you already, that same nostalgia every trainer chases, the innocent thrill of a world where friendship with a Pokémon meant everything. He pulls back a velvet cloth from 3 gleaming Pokéballs on his desk, each one pulsing faintly with inner life. This is the moment. Receiving your starter isn't just picking a companion, it's unlocking a vault of memories that bind generations of trainers. Charmander, the fiery lizard with a flame tail that dances like a heartbeat, calls to those who crave adventure's warmth. You remember its eager eyes, the way it nuzzles close, barking tales of scaling rocky peaks and outwitting foes with ember bursts that light up the darkest caves. Or Squirtle, the sturdy turtle whose shell gleams like polished armor, evoking floods of watery escapades, from surfing stormy seas to shielding friends in bubble veils during relentless battles. Then there's Bulbasaur, the verdant seed Pokémon, its bulb a promise of blooming strength, whispering stories of vine whipping through meadows and poison powders that turn the tide in grassy duels. Which one chooses you? Oak watches with a knowing smile, for he knows these starters aren't random gifts. They're echoes of your own spirit, tailored by fate to reignite those pure, untainted adventures from your earliest days playing the games. Picture the weight of that Pokeball in your palm, cool metal warming to your touch, releasing a burst of energy that floods your senses with possibility. Trainers worldwide recall this exact instant, the starter's cry piercing the air like a vow. Your Charmander might scamper forward, tail flame flickering excitedly, ready to charbroil Pidgeys on Route 1. Squirtle's determined stance promises resilience against the wilds ahead, while Bulbasaur's gentle vines entwine your wrist, sealing a pact of growth. But Pallet Town holds more than this rite of passage. Venture outside, and the dirt paths wind past Red's house, where the iconic rival awaits, already clutching his own starter with that trademark smirk. Your mum waves from the doorway, her voice soft with pride, packing lunches that sustain countless journeys. The town itself is a tapestry of simplicity, a Pokémon center glowing invitingly. Its nurse Joy ever ready with heals, and wild Rattata scurrying through tall grass, hinting at the challenges to come. Oak's words linger, reminding you that these bonds transcend time. Fossil records from his lab suggest prehistoric humans in Kanto tamed ancient Relicanth and Kabuto here, forging alliances that echo in modern Pokédex entries. As you bond with your new partner, memories flood back unbidden. Remember those first tentative steps on Route 1, your starter battling a lone Pidgey, levels ticking up with each victory. The nostalgia hits like a warm wave, pulling you into afternoons spent grinding for experience. The screen's chiptune victory fanfare, now a lullaby in your mind. Oak shares anecdotes from his youth, how he once released his own Tauros into Pallet's fields, watching it graze peacefully. A bond built on trust rather than battle, these stories ground you, making the world's vast lore feel intimate, personal. Your starter at your side, you set off northward, the path narrowing as Pallet Town fades behind. Viridian City shimmers on the horizon, but first those initial steps lead you toward Viridian Forest, a lush expanse that guards secrets older than Oak's research. The forest's canopy thickens quickly, sunlight dappling through leaves in golden shafts, the air alive with the rustle of unseen wings and the chirp of hidden dwellers. Here, your first real tests await, but beneath the battles lies something deeper. Legends whispered among bug catchers speak of ancient forest guardians, ethereal beings that have watched over Kanto's wilds since time immemorial. You push through tangled undergrowth, your starter weaving beside you, fending off swarms of Caterpie that cocoon into metapods with stubborn resilience. But listen closely, and the forest whispers back. Carvage trees, etched with glowing runes, hint at Celebai's touch, the time-travelling guardian said to nurture this woodland since Kanto's dawn. Oak once confided that fossilised spores in his lab match Bulbasaur evolutions found deep within, suggesting the forest as a cradle for grass types. What if these guardians aren't myth? Trainers report fleeting glimpses of spectral figures during rare full moons, Pokémon that vanish like mist, leaving behind revitalized groves. Deeper in, the air grows cooler, mossy stones forming natural altars where wild Pinsir clash in territorial dances. Your starter grows bolder, tackling Kakuna with precise strikes. But the forest tests your bond. A sudden ambush by a venomous Psybeam forces quick thinking, turning potential defeat into triumph. These encounters build not just levels, but unbreakable trust. And all the while, those guardian secrets tease greater mysteries. Ancient texts, Oak references describe Mew, the ancestor of all Pokémon, flitting through these very boughs, its psychic aura weaving the forest's magic. Could Viridian be a nexus of creation itself? You emerge from the forest's embrace stronger, your starter evolved in spirit if not form, carrying tales of narrow escapes and hidden glades. The path ahead opens to Viridian's gates, but pause here, for you've only begun. Pallet Town's gentle call has awakened something eternal in you, a trainer's soul ready for horizons untold. Yet as you catch your breath, amid the thinning trees, the call of Kanto's coastal trails and towering peaks grows louder, promising waves crashing against rugged shores and summits that pierce the clouds. where even greater wonders and trials await. What secrets do those paths hold for you? Kanto's coastal trails and towering peaks. Mount Moon rises like a colossal guardian at the edge of Kanto's rugged heartland, its jagged peaks piercing the sky, where coastal winds first whisper secrets from the sea. You've just conquered Pewter Jim's rocky trials, your team buzzing with fresh victories, and now this cavernous behemoth beckons, promising wonders buried deep within its echoing chambers. What starts as a simple shortcut from Cerulean City to the east turns into your first real plunge into Kanto's underworld, where the air grows cool and damp, and every step echoes like a heartbeat in the dark. As you navigate the twisting tunnels, the shrill cries of Zubat fill the air, their supersonic wings slicing through the gloom. These bat Pokémon swarm in endless flocks, their echoes bouncing off stalactites and revealing hidden paths you never knew existed. But listen closer, trainer. Those very echoes, that natural sonar pulsing through the cave, uncovers something far more enchanting. High on the cavern's upper ledges, where moonlight filters through cracks in the ceiling, clusters of Clefairy gather under the glow. Why here, in this subterranean maze? Their lunar migration isn't just legend. The Zubat's cries map it out perfectly, guiding these pink-skinned dancers from distant moonlit realms to Mount Moon's secret groves. Picture the scene. At night, Clefairy descend in shimmering trails, drawn by the cave's mineral-rich floors that mimic the moon's surface. They perform their rhythmic dances, evolving bonds under starlight, peeping through above. Fossils of ancient Pokémon stir nearby, but it's the Clefairy's glow that steals the show. Their migrations tied to lunar cycles you can track by the Zubat's frantic echoes. One wrong step, and you're dodging a moonblast or a metronome gone wild. Catch one, and you've got a companion straight from the stars. Isn't it wild how a simple cave bat's call peels back layers of cosmic mystery right under your feet? Emerging from Mount Moon's depths, you spill out onto sun-drenched trails leading straight to Cerulean City, where the coast begins to curve invitingly toward the horizon. The air shifts, carrying the salty tang of the sea mixed with blooming flowers from the nearby cape. Cerulean gleams like a jewel on the water's edge, its gym a towering aquarium pulsing with aquatic life. Misty awaits inside, her fiery spirit matching the cascade of waterfalls framing the arena. You send out your starter, maybe that trusty Squirtle or Bulbasaur, ready for a splashy showdown. Water gun blasts, Staryu spins with rapid spin, but victory tastes sweeter when you claim that Cascade badge, proof you've mastered the waves. Yet Cerulean hides darker depths, ones that linger long after the cheers fade. Venture north, past the daycare where eggs mysteriously hatch stronger Pokémon, and you'll find the city's hidden cave, shrouded in mist and guarded by the elite. This isn't for novices. Inside, psychic energies crackle, walls etched with runes from forgotten experiments. Here the gym battle's triumph unwittingly exposes a shadowy creation. Mewtwo, the ultimate genetic marvel born from human ambition. Team Rocket's labs pulsed with forbidden science, cloning the mythical Mew into this powerhouse of raw power. Whispers from defeated trainers hint at it during your badge quest. Strange auras felt even in Misty's poolside arena. But push deeper post-league, and Mewtwo's lair reveals itself, a psychic storm where it broods in isolation. Recover the TM for Psychic nearby, but feel the chill of its origin story. Created in secrecy beneath Cerulean, it shattered its bonds, fleeing into the cave's heart. Your gym win? It was the key that cracked open rumours of this legend, pulling you toward confrontations that test not just your team, but your understanding of life itself. How does a water gym echo with psychic thunder? Because Kanto's lore layers secrets, like the ocean's depths. With badge in hand, you wander Cerulean's vibrant streets, trading stories with swimmers and cyclists. The bike shop tempts you with speed for the paths ahead. but your eyes turn seaward. Route 5 drops you toward the underground path, a dim tunnel linking to Vermilion, buzzing with Voltorb mimics and burrowing Diglett. Surfacing in Vermilion City, the coast truly embraces you. Harbour lights twinkle, fishermen haul in Magikarp dreams, and the SS Anne looms like a floating palace, its decks alive with international flair. Boarding the SS, Anne feels like stepping into another world. Rich trainers flaunt rare Pokémon from afar, the salty breeze carrying scents of global spices. You battle your rival again here, his team sharper, pushing yours to evolve mid-deck. But this luxury liner isn't just a gym badge pit stop with Luton Surge's electric fury. It hints at connections stretching beyond Kanto's shores. Passengers murmur of Johto's misty peaks, Hoenn's volcanic isles, even Sinnoh's snowy tundras. A sailor shares tales of trading Lapras across oceans, while Bill, the Pokémon storage genius, tinkers in his cabin, his system born from a Clefairy mishap that digitized him briefly. Heal your team on board. Nag that HM for cut, but eavesdrop on conversations revealing Kanto as just the beginning. Cargo holds rumble with exotic eggs. Decks host battles with foreigners wielding oddish variants or Growlithe cousins. The ship sways gently, its voyage teasing horizons where Kanto's trails meet the world's vast map. What cargo hides unknown scripts from distant ruins? Why do captains speak of legendary birds spotted en route to Seavey Islands? The SS Anne isn't sailing aimlessly, it's a portal, whispering that your journey ripples globally. These coastal trails wind you through sandy beaches where crabby scuttle and wingle precursors soar, peaks like Map Moon fading into memory as Vermilion's lighthouse guides ships home. Diglett's Cave burrows east, a shortcut riddled with ground-type ambushes, but stick to the shore and you find hidden coves teeming with Corsola corals and Shelder shells. Trainers picnic under palm-like trees, sharing tips on evolving your haunter from the Tower of Terror, rumours back west. Nostalgia hits here, doesn't it? Those first waves lapping at your feet, your Pokédex pinging new entries like the elegant Staryu, its core pulsing like a heartbeat. Climb higher along the cliffs toward Rock Tunnel next door, but pause at the peak's edge. Kanto's towering summits aren't just stone, they're lore vaults. Echoes of ancient wars between birds and beasts reverberate, fossils in Map Moon linking to Kabuto revivals. You feel it, but pull upward, where air thins and views stretch to indigo seas. Battle hikers with onyx coils shaking the ground, their roars mimicking Zubat swarms from before. Each victory polishes your resolve, prepping for Surge's gym, where Pikachu zaps Echo Clefairy lights in reverse. Deeper into Cerulean's shadow, that Mewtwo Cave calls back. Post-SS Anne, rumours solidify. Locals shush you about the purple ghost haunting the Cape, its roar's psychic blasts felt during Misty's waves. Gym battles there? They mask lab remnants, where scientists chased immortality through DNA. Mewtwo's birth, a cloned god raging against creators, ties to Bill's tech on the ship. Global connections amplify it. SS Anne passengers fled similar labs in other regions, their stories seeding your doubt. Is Kanto isolated? Hardly. These trails prove it. Peaks unveiling migrations, coasts ferrying secrets. Expand your team along the way. Catch a Bellsprout twisting in Cerulean's winds, its vine whips perfect for coastal scrambles. Evolve your Geodude into Graveler on moon slopes, rolling down paths like living boulders. Rival rematches on the Anne sharpened strategies. Is Eevee hinting at evolutions you'll chase later? Food stalls in Vermilion offer berries boosting speed for trail runs, while the fan club ekes out over your badges, fueling your drive. As the sun dips over these coastal trails, painting peaks in golden hues, you stand stronger, secrets unveiled. Mist at Moon's echoes, Cerulean's shadows, the Anne's whispers, they forge you for what's next. But hold on, because Kanto's elite finale and Johto Horizon awaits just beyond the Cape, where champions clash and new lands shimmer on the mist-shrouded sea. What legends lurk in that final push? You'll find out soon enough. Kanto's elite finale and Johto Horizon. At the heart of Kanto's unyielding challenge rises the Indigo Plateau, a towering fortress of dreams, where only the boldest trainers dare to claim the title of champion. You've conquered the 8 gyms, felt the thrill of badges clinking in your pocket, but now the real test awaits, a gauntlet guarded by the Elite Four themselves. These aren't just trainers, they're legends in human form, sworn protectors of Kanto's most sacred avian guardians, the frozen whisper of Articuno, the crackling fury of Zapdos, and the blazing spirit of Moltres. Picture the ascent. You hike through the mist-shrouded Victory Road, your team battered but unbreakable, emerging onto a plateau that stretches like an endless arena under stormy skies. The air hums with electric tension, and far in the distance, you swear you hear the distant cry of a bird that defies the elements. Lorelei stands first, her icy domain a chilling prelude. She's the mistress of frost, her Pokémon channeling the same glacial power that binds Articuno to the depths of Seafoam Islands. That legendary bird, with wings like shattered ice and eyes that pierce the soul, slumbers in frozen caverns, its presence a secret entrusted only to those who prove worthy. Lorelei's Lapras and Dugong crash waves of sub-zero fury, testing if you respect the chill that preserves Kanto's ancient balance. Defeat her, and you feel the subtle shift, as if Articuno's watchful gaze acknowledges your resolve. But victory here is fleeting. Bruno awaits in the shadows, his muscular frame a testament to raw power and discipline. He embodies the grounded strength that contrasts the skies, pounding you with Machamp and Poliwrath in battles that shake the earth. Whispers among trainers say Bruno once scaled the peaks where Zapdos nests. That electric titan hidden in the abandoned power plant, its feathers sparking storms that black out entire cities. Zapdos doesn't just generate power, it is power incarnate, a jolt of yellow lightning that races across abandoned halls, guarding the secrets of forgotten technology. Bruno's fights leave bruises on your spirit, forcing you to adapt or crumble, mirroring the wild surges of the bird he indirectly shields. Deeper into the plateau, the air grows thick and eerie. Agatha emerges from the gloom, a ghostly Pokémon drifting like spectres from another world. This enigmatic elder weaves curses and shadows with Gengar and Arbok, her cackle echoing the mysteries of the unseen. She's the silent sentinel for Moltres, that fiery phoenix whose flames lick the hidden chambers of Mer Ember on Cinnabar or the depths of Victory Road itself. Moltres rises from volcanic rebirth, its orange plumage a inferno that melts stone and ignites the hearts of wanderers. Agatha's illusions probe your fears, making you question every shadow, ensuring only the pure of heart advance past the legend's fiery veil. Finally, Lance, the Dragon Master, commands the summit. His Dragonite soars with draconic might, scales gleaming like polished armor, while his team unleashes aerial dominance that rivals the birds themselves. Lance isn't just a champion, he's the bridge between mortal trainers and Kanto's mythic protectors. Tales from old journals claim he communed with the trio, understanding their role in maintaining the region's primal harmony. Articuno calms tempests, Zapdos fuels life's energy, Moltres renews the scorched earth, and the Elite Four ensure no one disrupts that cycle without earning the right. Through it all, the champion looms, perhaps a rival from your journey, or the indomitable figure who crowned your predecessors. Their diverse team, a symphony of Kanto's essence, demands perfection. Win here, and the world shifts. You're not just a trainer, you're etched into the plateau's stone, a guardian now alongside them. But even as confetti falls and the crowd roars in your mind's eye, Kanto holds one last prehistoric secret on the volcanic shores of Cinnabar Island. Steam rises from the black sands as you board the ferry from Pallet Town or vermilion, the sea breeze carrying whispers of ancient bones. Cinnabar, with its perpetual glow from matte ember, hides a laboratory buried in the ruins of the old Pokémon mansion. Fire claimed that place years ago, but from its ashes rose miracles of science. Fossils unearthed from Pewter's museums and Twist Mountain's depths find new life here, revived through cutting-edge revival machines that pulse with otherworldly energy. Kabutops first stirs from its stony slumber. Imagine the chamber doors hissing open, amber light bathing the cracked dome of this scythe-armed relic. From the Devonian seas over 300 million years past, Kabutops slices through time itself, its blades sharper than any modern steelix adapted for hunting in primordial waters. Trainers gasp as it emerges, bleak blue armour glistening, scuttling with predatory grace. It's no mere revival, it's a bridge to Eris, when Kanto's lands were shallow oceans, teeming with armoured horrors. You pair it with your squad, feeling the weight of history in every slash, every defensive stance that echoes lost continents. Then, the skies tremble. Aerodactyl bursts forth next, rocky wings unfurling with a roar that rattles the lab's foundations. This pterosaur king, fossilized in the cliffs of what became Cinnabar's peaks, ruled the Mesozoic skies long before Pidgeot dreamed of flight. Grey stone cracks away to reveal leathery membranes and fangs like daggers, its supersonic dives a terror from prehistory. Blaine, the gym leader whose passion for fire forged this facility, oversaw these births himself. His volcano badge burns in your collection, a reminder of the magma that both destroys and creates. Aerodactyl soars overhead during your gym battle, scouting thermal updrafts, a living testament to Kanto's fiery core intertwined with its ancient past. These fossils aren't just Pokémon, they're echoes of Kanto's soul, pulling you deeper into the lore. Kabutops thrives in Cerulean Cave's depths post-game, guarding secrets alongside Mewtwo's shadow. Aerodactyl perches on the mansion's spires, challenging passers-by to aerial duels that test speed and nerve. Reviving them isn't optional, it's a rite, blending Blaine's scientific zeal with the island's primal heat. You felt it now, the thrill of commanding creatures that predated humans by eons, their loyalty a pact across time. As the sun dips into the ocean, painting Cinnabar in crimson hues, your journey nears its Kanto crescendo. But horizons beckon beyond the waves. From the docks of Vermilion City or the hidden ports near Pallet, a ferry cuts through the mist toward Johto, twin regions bound by fate's invisible thread. Kanto and Johto share bloodlines, legends that wander borders, and histories woven like tapu lily vines. The sea voyage smooths the transition. Salty winds carrying tales of golden cities and serene lakes where spirits dwell. What secrets do these intertwined lands hold? You've conquered Kanto's elite guardians and awakened its buried giants. But Johto promises a fresh tapestry, starting with the radiant heart of Goldenrod City and the ethereal lake spirits that guard its tranquil mysteries. Up next, Johto's goldenrod glow and lake spirits pull you into a world of bustling lights and whispering waters where nostalgia meets new wonders you never saw coming. Yet before that ferry horn sounds, let's linger on the plateau's legacy. Every champion who stood there carried the bird's essence in their veins. Articuno's feathers, said to grant eternal winter's calm, have adorned cloaks of victors. Zapdos's sparks powered the first badges, legends say. Moltres' flames lit the original League torches. You, listening now, could be the next. Your team evolving under that pressure, Pikachu's cheeks glowing brighter, Charizard's wings spanning wider. Dive deeper into the fossil's tales. Kabutops wasn't alone in those ancient seas, its kind carved tunnels through coral reefs that became Kanto's caves. Revival logs from Cinnabar detail the process. DNA strands pieced from mineralized bones, infused with modern energy, birthing hybrids of past and present. One trainer's diary recounts a Kabutops breaking free prematurely, flashing lab equipment before bonding fiercely. Aerodactyl's first flight shattered windows, circling the island until Blaine's Arcanine calmed it with a shared roar. And the Elite Four? Their backstories fuel endless debates. Lorelei hails from the icy north, perhaps glimpsing Articuno as a child during a blizzard that saved her village. Bruno trained in the fighting dojo of Saffron, his body a weapon forged against Zapdos's storms that once flooded routes. Agatha's ghosts stem from a haunted Viridian past, a link to Moltres born from a mansion fire he barely escaped. Lance, descendant of dragon tamers, flies Dragonite to the bird's lairs yearly, maintaining pacts older than the regions. Your own journey mirrors theirs. Remember that first Bulbasaur gift? Now it's Venusaur, tanking Lance's Hyper Beam. The ferry to Johto isn't an end, it's evolution. Johto's winds carry Kanto's scents, familiar yet transformed. Ho-Oh and Lugia await. That's for later whispers. Feel the pull. The plateau's echoes fade. Cinnabar's steam cools, but the legends endure. Carbotop's scythe gleams under moonlight. Aerodactyl's shadow races the stars. You've guarded and revived them in spirit. Now, as the ferry's deck rocks gently, Johto's glow emerges on the horizon, promising Goldenrod's vibrant pulse and Lake Spirit's serene call. What hidden powers stir in those waters? Stay with me, because Johto's Goldenrod glow and Lake Spirits unfold next, drawing you into depths even deeper in Kanto's secrets. To truly grasp the Elite Four's guardianship, consider the bird's cycles. Articuno awakens every century to freeze rampaging herds, preserving ecosystems. Zapdos migrates through power plants, recharging depleted grids after human folly. Moltres rebirths from ashes post-eruption, seeding new life. The champions enforce this, banning poachers, regulating captures. One apocryphal tale: a rogue trainer sought Articuno's plume. Lorelei's jinx encased him in ice until repentance. Cinnabar's lab holds more. Beyond Kabutops and Aerodactyl, Omanite and Kabuto swirl in tanks, helix shells spiraling like time itself. Blaine's notes speculate these fossils swam with Mew in primordial bays. Reviving Aerodactyl unlocked Route 23 skies, where it now nests, challenging flyers to supremacy. The ferry crossing? It's mythic. Ships vanish in fog, only to emerge with traded Pokémon, Kanto's trades for Johto's evolutions. Twin regions share the Orange Island's fringes, legends like the birds visiting Whirl Islands. Fate intertwines, your Indigo League win unlocks Johto's new Barktown lab. Professor Elm greeting you as kin. You've earned this transition. Kanto tested fire, ice, thunder, stone. Johto refines it with heart, as waves lap the hull. Envision Goldenrod's tower piercing clouds, lakes shimmering with unseen guardians. Johto's Goldenrod glow and Lake Spirits beckon. Irresistible, aren't they? The glow hides fortunes, the spirits whisper forgotten songs. But let's not rush. Recall your Elite Four rematch, post-game, where they grow fiercer, Bird's influences amplifying. Lorelei summons auroras, Bruno quakes mountains, Agatha summons wraiths from Moltres' smoke. Lance rides rainbow dragons. Fossils evolve too, Kabutops with swift strikes, Aerodactyl with crunching bites. Nostalgia swells here. That Game Boy glow, trading with friends for Aerodactyl slabs, conquering the plateau solo. You did it. Now ferry-bound, Kanto recedes, Johto rises, the promise of intertwined fates. Shared champions tourney across seas, birds sighted in both skies. One last plateau fact: hidden chambers hold bird feathers as prizes, boosting ice, electric, fire holds. Cinnabar's secret basement, rare candies from fossil digs, all yours now. The horn blows, Johto awaits. Johto's Goldenrod glow and Lake Spirits. Get ready for the glow that never fades, and spirits that dance on water's edge. Johto's Goldenrod glow and Lake Spirits. Goldenrod City, stands as Johto's glittering crown, a metropolis where steel beams and neon lights hum with the energy of 1,000 untold stories. You step off the train from Kanto, platform buzzing underfoot, and immediately that iconic radio tower dominates the skyline, its antenna slicing through the clouds like a needle threading the fabric of the sky. This isn't just any broadcast hub, it's the nerve center of Johto's communication, sending signals far and wide, connecting trainers, towns, and even the wild Pokémon that roam the routes beyond. As you wander its base, the tower's shadow falls long across the bustling streets, lined with department stores and game corners alive with the clatter of coins. But beneath the glamour, something far more arcane stirs. Have you ever tuned into a frequency that whispers secrets instead of songs? That's the enigma of Goldenrod's radio tower. One fateful broadcast interrupts the usual chatter of Professor Oak's Pokémon updates and gym leader challenges. Strange symbols flicker across the screens, in every home, every Pokégear, twisting ancient glyphs known as the unknown alphabet. 26 letters, each a living entity, an unknown Pokémon, manifesting as ethereal forms that dance on the airwaves. These aren't random glitches. A prophecy? They spell out chills the spine of anyone who deciphers it. A warning of chaos, a call to ancient powers awakening. You press closer to the tower's entrance, heart quickening, as reports flood in from trainers who've seen unknown swarms emerging from the ruins of Alph nearby. What drives these psychic tricksters to hijack Johto's most powerful signal? It's as if the tower itself has become a conduit for forgotten knowledge, beaming mysteries that challenge everything you thought you knew about the Pokémon world. Trainers scramble to the top floors, battling shadowy figures who seek to control the airwaves, but the true revelation lingers in those symbols, a tapestry of prophecy hinting at legendary disturbances rippling across the region. You can't stay pinned under that antenna forever. The call of the wild pulls you north, past the golden fields of Route 35, where Sudowoodo masquerade as trees until a squirt of water reveals their rocky truth. The path winds toward a body of water that shimmers unnaturally under the sun, the Lake of Rage. Picture arriving at dusk, the surface boiling with fury, waves crashing against the shore like thunderous applause. This isn't the serene lake you'd expect in Johto's pastoral heartland. No, something has gone horribly wrong here. Fishermen whisper of a beast rising from the depths, its scales not the deep blue of its kin, but a blazing crimson that glows against the twilight. The red Gyarados erupts, roaring with primal rage, its massive coils thrashing the water into a frothing maelstrom. You grip your Pokeball tightly, wondering if this is nature's fury unleashed or something engineered by human hands. Legends spoke of shiny Pokémon as rare omens, once-in-a-lifetime sightings blessed by the gods, but this is different. A whole lake-tainted Magikarp evolving en masse into hyper-aggressive tyrants. The truth unravels like a poorly tied lure. Team Rocket, those persistent shadows from Kanto's underbelly, have returned with insidious tech. Their rooftop devices on the nearby Cape Wrathblast radio waves, tuned to force evolution, twisting the natural cycle for their gain. You infiltrate their outpost, overhearing grunts boast about harvesting the power of these mutated beasts for their endless schemes. But it's the revelation that hits hardest. Human interference has scarred this sanctuary. The lake, once a peaceful haven for water types, now bears the mark of arrogance, proof that our meddling can warp even the most resilient of natures. As the red Gyarados calms under your gaze, its eyes locking with yours in a moment of shared understanding, you vow to protect such fragile balances. What other lakes hide such secrets, you wonder? And how deep does this interference run? With the lake's turmoil quelled, your journey veers west through the shadowy vale of Ecruteak City. This ancient burg clings to Johto's history like moss on weathered stone. Twin towers, One whole, one charred, standing as silent sentinels over dance theatres and ghostly kimono girls. The air grows thick with incense and echoes as you approach the burned tower, its blackened spire a scar from a fire centuries old. There to have been no accident, but a clash of titans. You climb the crumbling stairs, beams creaking under your weight, and emerge onto the roof where wind howls through jagged holes. Legend tells of 3 legendary beasts, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, guarding Johto's harmony until calamity struck. In the blaze that consumed the original Tin Tower, they perished alongside countless Pokémon, their noble forms reduced to ash. But death wasn't their end. From the Inferno's heart, Ho-Oh, the rainbow-winged phoenix, descended in a blaze of resurrection magic, breathing life back into their charred husks. Yet tragedy twisted the miracle. Revived too hastily, the dogs scattered in confusion, bounding across Johto's wilds as elusive phantoms. Raikou crackles with electric fury, forever chasing storms. Entei erupts in volcanic might, its mane a curtain of fire. Suicune glides like mist, purifying tainted waters with crystalline grace. You witness the aftermath firsthand, a fleeting spark in the distance, a howl on the breeze, as their restless spirits roam seeking purpose in their second chance. The burned tower isn't just ruins, it's a monument to loss and rebirth, a reminder that even legends bear wounds. Standing there, you feel the weight of it all, the cycle of destruction and renewal pulsing through Johto's veins. These events in Goldenrod, the lake, and Ecruteak aren't isolated tales. They're threads in a larger weave, drawing you deeper into Johto's soul. Goldenrod's prophetic broadcasts foretell upheavals that echo in the red Gyarados' rage and the dog's tragic flight. Human folly clashes with ancient forces, and you, the wandering trainer, stand at the crossroads. Remember those unowned symbols flickering on screens? They hinted at beasts unbound, waters corrupted, towers aflame, a prophecy unfolding before your eyes. Push further into the city's underbelly for a moment. Beneath Goldenrod's shine lies the underground, a warren of tunnels where shady deals go down, and magnetites cling to walls, drawn by electromagnetic hums. You navigate it once, trading for rare items, ears pricked for whispers of Rocket's resurgence. Emerging topside, the contrast hits you, the glow of opportunity masking darker currents. It's this duality that makes Johto breathe, a region where progress and tradition duel eternally. Back at the Lake of Rage, dive deeper into the lore. That crimson serpent wasn't alone. The entire ecosystem reeled from Rocket's waves, Goldeen darting in panic, or Solar leeching under stress. You battle through the hideout, smashing generators that pulsed like malevolent hearts, each victory restoring a sliver of natural order. The Gyarados' defeat, earning its respect rather than destruction, teaches a profound lesson. Power unchecked corrupts, but empathy heals. Have you ever stared down a legendary and felt it recognize your intent? That's the magic here, raw and real. Ecruteak amplifies it all. The burned tower's ground floor teems with Rattata and Zubat, but ascend and ghosts murmur, real ghastly phasing through floors, reenacting the blaze. Kimono girls in the theatre perform dances that summon Suicune itself, a shimmering aurora on the horizon. You earn their trust, flute notes weaving spells that call the pure-hearted beast. It's poetic, isn't it? Fire destroys, but from ashes, guardians rise forever changed. Johto's heart beats strongest in these moments. Goldenrod's tower isn't merely metal and wires, it's an oracle, unknown glyphs prophesying Team Rocket's downfall through your actions. The lake exposes our hubris. The red Gyarados, a scarlet letter of interference. Ecruteak's ruins resurrect hope amid despair. The dogs roam a quest for redemption. You string these discoveries together like badges on your case, each step forging your legend. But linger a bit longer on the unknown, those psychic enigmas, A to Z, puzzle solvers from the Alph ruins. Activate slides there, geoglyphs of Pokémon origins, and they swarm, teaching moves like hidden power. Their broadcast, a plea perhaps, for understanding lost languages. You collect them all, their forms orbiting your party like starry thoughts, unlocking diaries of ancient trainers. The lake's mutants linger in memory too. Post-purge, the water's calm, scars remain, shinies rarer now, evolution's watchful. Rocket's leader, cloaked in executive garb, flees with tales of a stronger machine, but you've shattered their grip here. Nature rebounds slowly, Magikarp flipping lazily once more. In Ecrutake, the Tin Tower, its intact twin, beckons next. But that's for guardians worthy. The dogs elude capture, roaming eternally, sightings fueling trainer tales around campfires. Raiku's thunder shakes Olivine shores. Entei warms Kianwood's peaks. Suicune trails you, unseen ally. These layers peel back Johto's facade, revealing a region alive with consequence. Your choices echo, from decoding prophecies to mending rifts. Feel that pull? It's Johto inviting you onward, deeper into its lore. Yet even as Goldenrod's lights fade in your rear view, the lake's waves hush and Ecrutake's embers cool, greater wonders rise on the horizon. Up next, Johto's sacred summits and sea depths call, with whispers of frozen peaks where ice legends slumber and abyssal trenches guard oceanic titans, secrets that will leave you breathless, yearning for the ascent. Johto's sacred summits and sea depths. Johto emerges as the timeless neighbour to Kanto, a land where ancient towers pierce the sky and swirling seas guard forgotten secrets. Did you know that this region, bathed in golden hues, holds the key to rebirth from devastation, where a legendary bird rises from ashes to paint hope across ruined spires? As your journey carries you westward from Kanto's bustling ports, the path through Johto unfolds like a scroll of forgotten myths, drawing you deeper into peaks that whisper of divine encounters and depths that demand silent reverence. You step off the ferry from Vermilion City, the salty breeze giving way to Johto's rolling hills, dotted with cherry blossoms even in twilight. New Barktown welcomes you first, a sleepy hamlet where Professor Elm entrusts you with your starter Pokémon. Perhaps Chikorita's leafy embrace, or Cyndaquil's flickering warmth. But don't linger too long. Route 29 beckons with its Pidgeyflocks, wheeling overhead, and Sentret popping from tall grass like curious sentinels. Violet City rises soon after, its Sprout Tower swaying gently, home to Bellsprout, that train, in meditative harmony. Faulkner, the flying-type gym leader, tests your resolve with Pidgeotto's fierce dives, but victory unlocks the path north. What strikes you immediately is Johto's blend of tradition and mystery, every landmark layered with lore that tugs at childhood memories. As you press onward, the landscape swells into the towering presence of the Tin Tower, also known as the Bell Tower, standing sentinel over Ecrutake City. This isn't just any structure, it's a beacon forged from history's flames. Picture the tragedy that scarred it. Long ago, a catastrophic fire ravaged the original tower, reducing it to smouldering ruins amid Ecrutake's dance theatres and ghostly kimono girls. From those very ashes, Ho-Oh, the rainbow Pokémon, performed its miracle of rebirth. Tin Tower's Ho-Oh rebirth symbolises hope amid ruins in the most profound way. A legendary bird, with wings spanning rainbows themselves, descended to revive the three legendary beasts, Entei, Raikou, and Suicune, scattered by the blaze in the adjacent burned tower. You can almost hear the chimes of the sacred bells tolling as Ho-Oh soars, its feathers shimmering in 7 colours, mending what fire broke. Trainers have chased glimpses of it here, scaling the tower's 9 floors guarded by monk-like sages and wild hoot-hoot that blend into the night. But why does this matter to you, wandering this dreamlike path? Because Ho-Oh isn't merely a powerhouse of fire and flying might, It's the guardian of purity, choosing only the pure-hearted to witness its grace. Legends say, if you prove your worth by calming the roaming beasts across Johto's plains and peaks, Ho-Oh might bless you with the sacred rainbow wing, a token of unyielding optimism. Imagine standing at the pinnacle as dawn breaks, the ruins below transformed not by time, by the promise of renewal. That fire didn't end Johto's spirit, it ignited it. You feel it in your bones, don't you? The way hope clings to charred stone, refusing to fade. Pushing east from Ekratake, the terrain dips and twists toward Azalea Town, where Kurt crafts pokeballs from apricorn trees, their nuts harvested under moonlight. The slowpoke well hides beneath, its pink residents yawning lazily as Team Rocket stirs trouble, blocking the flow until you intervene. Gym leader Bugsy awaits with Scyther's blades flashing in the dim Bug Gym light. Yet Johto's true enigmas pull you further west, across Elex Forest's misty vales, where Celebi's time ripples occasionally tease the edges of perception. Goldenrod City sprawls next, a metropolis of radio tower broadcasts and department store bustle, where Whitney's Miltank stares down challengers with unyielding stomps. Have you ever pondered how Johto balances its urban pulse with sacred isolation? It leads you inevitably to the coast, where Kianwood City's waves crash against the lighthouse, home to the medicine man who brews cures from rare herbs. Surfing south, the Whirl Islands loom, a labyrinth of churning currents and echoing caverns that test even the stoutest Lapras. This is where the sea's sovereign dwells. Whirl Island's Lugia lair echoes the Dive Guardian's silent protection, a truth etched into Johto's watery heart. Lugia, the diving Pokémon, commands the whirlpool that once trapped ships and souls alike, its massive silver wings folding like a submarine's hull. Deep within the island's flooded tunnels, past schools of Corsola and feral Kingler, you navigate chambers where pressure builds and light fades to bioluminescent flickers. Legends whisper that Lugia emerged eons ago to quell raging storms unleashed by its offspring, the Lugia family stirring tempests that threaten to swallow Johto whole. To reach its eyrie, you dive through the strongest whirlpool, timing your surf perfectly against the pull, emerging in a vast underwater dome where the Guardian slumbers. Its psychic cry resonates not as thunder, but as a calming psychic hum, shielding the seas from chaos. Unlike Ho-Oh's fiery spectacle, Lugia's vigil is one of quiet endurance, a silver shadow patrolling depths unseen. Trainers speak of the silver wing, earned by purifying the island's tainted waters, summoning Lugia to soar above the foam, calming whirlpools with a single flap. You sense its presence even now, that unspoken vow to protect the dive's fragile balance, where one misstep plunges you into abyss. From these depths, Johto's journey arcs northward, through Olivine City's port where Jasmine's Steelix gleams in the lighthouse glow, and Mahogany Town's snowy vales hide Team Rocket's Lake of Rage schemes. Price's icy gym challenges your fire, but perseverance thaws the way to Blackthorn City, cradled by cliffs. Claire, the Dragon Mistress, guards the Dragon Den's trials, where Dratini coils in steaming pools, testing your spirit before granting the rising badge. Here's where the circle tightens. Beyond Blackthorn, the path climbs relentlessly into Victory Road, a cavernous gauntlet echoing with the roars of wild onyx and the drip of unseen waters. You tunnel through, battling veteran trainers whose eyes burn with Elite Four dreams, emerging not into isolation, but back toward harmony. Victory Road to Kanto loops back, revealing regional harmony in its genius design. This isn't mere passage, it's a revelation. Johto and Kanto, sisters in spirit, share the Indigo Plateau summit, where the Pokémon League crowns champions who bridge both worlds. Lance awaits there, his Dragonite thundering atop the plateau, but the true victory lies in understanding. Johto's legends, Ho-Oh's rebirth, Lugia's depths, complement Kanto's foundations, weaving a tapestry of mutual guardianship. Fire from ruins meets water from whirlpools, peaks echo shores, and your badge case, heavy with 8 proofs from each, symbolizes that unbreakable bond. As you stand at the League's threshold, gazing back over Johto's sacred summits and sea depths, a profound peace settles. The Tin Tower's bells faintly chime in memory, Ho-Oh's rainbow arcing eternally. Lugia's hum vibrates through ocean swells, ever watchful. Routes like 34's Miltank Fields, 45's Waterfall climbs, with misty veils hiding Red Gyarados sightings, and 48's Crystal Springs, all pulse with life intertwined. Even side paths reward, the Pokeathlon Dome's games, Safari Zone's exotic captures, Battle Tower's endless challenges. Johto taught you resilience blooms from loss, protection thrives in silence, and harmony spans borders. Yet whispers from sailors in Olivine speak of distant horizons, exotic lands beyond the sea. What awaits when you board that next ship? Charting a voyage to Hoenn, tales of volcanic might and sky pillars promise adventures will redefine your dreams. Hold that thought as we set sail together. Voyage to Hoenn. The ferry from Olivine City slices through the Johto Sea, its hull humming steadily as salty spray mists your face and the horizon stretches endlessly ahead. You've left behind the Whirl Island's misty vales and Kianwood's rugged cliffs, now bound for a region pulses with ancient fire and untamed waters. Hoenn awaits, an archipelago forged from volcanic fury, where emerald shores cradle steaming peaks, and coral reefs teem with secrets older than time itself. What secrets does this paradise hold for a trainer like you, drifting closer with every swell of the ocean? As the ship powers on, you catch your first glimpse of Hoenn's dramatic silhouette. Towering volcanoes rise like jagged sentinels, their summits wreathed in perpetual clouds that hint at eruptions long past. Lava tubes snake down blackened slopes into turquoise bays where the sea boils gently from underwater vents. This isn't just any landmass. Hoenn is a chain of islands born from primal clashes where the Earth's molten heart wrestles the ocean's depths. Petalburg Woods to the north loom as lush green fortresses, while farther south, the arid expanses of Route 111 shimmer under a relentless sun. You feel it already, that electric pull, the way the air thickens with humidity and the faint rumble, distant thunder. Have you ever wondered how a single region could pack so much raw power into its every inch? The captain's voice crackles over the intercom, announcing landfall at the port of Slateport City, but your true destination lies beyond, a quiet ferry hop to the heart of it all. As you step onto the sun-warmed docks, the tropical breeze carries scents of frangipani and sea salt, wrapping around you like a warm embrace. Hoenn's paradise unfolds in layers, pristine beaches fringed with swaying palms, hidden grottos where wingle cry overhead, and markets buzzing with traders hawking Corsola coral and fresh pitcher berries. But beneath this idyllic surface simmers something wilder, a reminder that paradise here was hard-won from nature's fury. Picture yourself boarding a smaller vessel now, tugging toward Little Root Town, the humble starting point for countless journeys. Nestled in a verdant valley, just inland from the coast, this sleepy village marks your entry into Hoenn's primal world. And right at its heart beats the tale of Professor Birch, a story that sets the tone for survival in this vibrant, unforgiving land. You arrive just as the sun dips low, casting golden hues over red-roofed homes and winding dirt paths. Birch's lab sits unassuming at the edge of town, but step inside and you're met with chaos frozen in time. It was a routine field study gone catastrophically wrong. Professor Birch, ever the intrepid researcher with his wild mane of green hair and boundless enthusiasm, ventured into the tall grasses bordering Route 101. Armed with Pokeballs and a Pokédex prototype, he sought to catalogue Hoenn's starter Pokémon in their natural habitat. But a rampaging wild Poochyena pack ambushed him, scattering his gear and leaving him cornered, defenceless. Picture the scene. Birch scrambling backward, heart pounding, as fangs flashed and growls echoed through the underbrush. No Pokémon at his side, just his wits and the sheer will to document Hoenn's biodiversity. That's when you enter the legend, fresh off the ferry, hearing his desperate cries. Birch, drenched in sweat, clad only in his boxers after shedding clothes to distract the beasts, clutches a Pokeball he managed to snatch. Inside waits your choice. Rico, the leafy gecko with a cocky grin and overgrow ability primed for battle. Torchic, the fluffy chick whose blaze ignites in crisis. Or Mudkip, the sturdy tadpole whose torrent surges like a tidal wave. You toss the ball and the starter bursts forth, turning the tide in a flurry of scratches, embers and water jets. Birch collapses in relief, forever grateful, dubbing you his unlikely saviour and entrusting you with the Pokédex mission. This survival tale isn't just folklore, it's the primal pulse of Hoenn. Birch embodies the region's ethos. Respect the wild, or it claims you. His near-death scrape underscores how Hoenn's ecosystem thrives on balance, where volcanoes fertilize soils for exotic fruits, and monsoons carve rivers teeming with Phoebus. You bond with your new partner right there on Route 101, that introductory stretch of swaying grass and babbling brooks leading north from Oldale Town. Zigzagoon dart across the path, their pouches stuffed with hidden treasures, while Wurmples spin silken traps in the shade. But it's the wild Trico lounging on branches, Torchic pecking at sun-ripened berries, and Mudkip splashing in shallow puddles that spark that deep tropical nostalgia. Remember the first time you encountered them? Rico's vine whip lashes out playfully, scales glistening emerald in the dappled light, evoking those endless summer days of backyard adventures. Torchic's tiny flames flicker like campfires under stars, warming memories of childhood pets and fiery determination. Mudkip's fin tail slaps the water with joyful splashes, falling back to rainy afternoons, building dams in streams. These starters aren't mere Pokémon, they're gateways, the Hoenn's soul, each representing an elemental force that shaped the archipelago. Trico climbs toward the Canopy Lords, like Sceptile, masters of the humid forests. Torchic evolves into the blazing Combuscan, echoing the volcano's inner fire. Mudkip transforms into the mighty Swampert, guardian of flooded caves and tidal plains. As you wander Route 101, the path widens into sunlit meadows, where Pidgey flocks wheel overhead, their coos mingling with the rustle of Rattata in the grass. You battle a young trainer, a Sentret evolving mid-fight into a feisty ferret, teaching you the rhythm of Hoenn's encounters. Quick, fierce, and full of heart. Pick up Oran berries from shaking bushes. Heal at the Pokémon Center in Oldale, where Nurse Joy offers that familiar smile. Every step northward builds your team, Zigzagoon proving invaluable with pickup, snatching items from fallen foes. Nostalgia swells as you realize Route 101 mirrors your own beginnings, a gentle ramp-up to Hoenn's escalating wonders. But Hoenn's paradise demands more than nostalgia. It tests your primal instincts. Venture slightly off-path, and you'll stumble into patches where wild shroomish release spores that dance like fireflies at dusk, or Tylo swoop in with supersonic speed. Professor Birch's tale lingers in your mind, a cautionary whisper. Always be prepared. His lab back in Little Root holds tomes on Hoenn's lore, detailing how the region splintered from continental drift, birthing Sky Pillar and the homes of legendary Rayquaza. You pore over maps showing Meteor Falls cascading torrents, and Rustborough's gym awaiting your challenge. Deeper into the voyage's afterglow, you reflect on the ferry's promise fulfilled. From Olivine's steel-grey waves to these emerald shores, Hoenn reveals itself as a volcanic masterpiece, where every island tells a story of creation and rebirth. Littleroot's quiet lanes, Birch's harrowing escape, the starter's wild spark, they all weave into your journey, igniting that primal fire within. You train under the stars, your Trico scaling trees to snag figs, Torchic roasting nuts for midnight snacks, Mudkip carving a personal pond. Bonds form in these moments, unbreakable as Hoenn's bedrock. Yet as dawn breaks over Route 101's horizon, painting the grasses in rosy light, you sense greater forces stirring. Whispers from passing trainers speak of skies alive with primal energy and seas harbouring ancient guardians. What cataclysmic powers await beyond these starter fields? Hold that thought, because up next in Hoenn's primal skies and ancient seas, you'll uncover legends that could reshape everything you thought you knew about this paradise. The archipelago's volcanic heart beats stronger now, drawing you inland toward Rustborough City, where the first gym badge gleams like a challenge unmet. Roxanne awaits. Her rock type's a stark contrast to your fresh starter's vigour. But before that, detour to Petalburg Woods, a labyrinth of moss-deep and ancient ruins where Shiftry, Lurk and Slakoth slumber. You navigate twisting trails, battling bug catchers with Weedle evolutions, and finding hidden honey trees dripping with homebee swarms. Each victory levels your team, Torchic's peck evolving into fiercer double kick, Mudkip's water gun welling into a pressurized blast. Back on the main path, Oldale Town's Pokémon Centre becomes your haven. Joy's Chansey, offering massages that melt away ferry fatigue. Here you learn of Hoenn's Devon Corporation, innovators crafting Pokénavs that map your every step. Natch 1, and suddenly Route 102 unfolds with precision, a seaside trail where Wingull steal sandwiches and Rolts peek shyly from flowers. That rare psychic spark hints at Hoenn's mystical undercurrents, tying back to Birch's research on legendary Pokémon. Professor Birch himself drops by the centre, bandaged but beaming, sharing tales of his pre-ambush expeditions. He recounts charting Mudkip nests in swamps where Quagsire guards sunken relics, or tracking Trico herds through canopies alive with tropious fruit. His passion reignites yours, turning survival into science. Hoenn's wilds choose their trainers, he says, eyes twinkling. You nod, your own starter nuzzling close, ready for Route 102's trainers. The cool Kid David with his Machop, or Lastia with her graceful Roselia thorns. Battles sharpen your strategy. Against David's low kicks, Trico's bullet seed overwhelms. Torchic's ember stinges Roselia's petals. Items flow from Zigzagoon's pouch. Potions, berries, even rare heart scales from Lovedisk schools washing ashore. Nostalgia peaks as you camp by the Roots Pond, roasting marshmallows over Torchic's flames, while Mudkip serenades with bubbles. These are the moments that define Hoenn's allure. Tropical idyll laced with peril. Pushing toward Petalburg City, the path hugs the coast, waves crashing against cliffs dotted with Magikarp leapfrogs. Your Pokédex pings, new entries like Lotad, Lilypad wanderers filtering polluted waters, or Seidot acorns rattling in trees. Collect them all? Birch would approve. Petalburg Gym looms vacant, its leader Norman, your own father in some tales, preparing a family trial far ahead. But the voyage's true gift is this foundation. From Olivine's departure, Hoenn's shores have claimed you. Volcanic vistas, Birch's brush with doom, Starter's nostalgic fire, they propel you forward. As Route 103 loops south, offering rematches and Wingull fleets, you glimpse the skies shifting, clouds parting to reveal draconic shadows. Primal energies brew, ancient seas call. What revelations lie in Hoenn's primal skies and ancient seas? The answer pulls you onward, deeper into Paradise's core. Expand further into the island chain's secrets. Hoenn spans dozens of isles, from Dewford surfing waves to Evergrande's elite force spires. Your ferry knowledge serves Lateport's bustling harbour, trades in cast-form weather orbs, while Moville's circuits power electric evolutions. Birch's tale inspires side quests, rescue his assistant in Granite Cave, where Aaron mined deep veins, echoing volcanic origins. Route 101's wilds replay in dreams. Rico's territorial vines, Torchic's dawn crows, Mudkip's mud baths. They symbolize Hoenn's trinity. Grass for forests reclaiming lava, fire for forges eternal, water for quenching floods. Train relentlessly, a wild Puccina pack tests you. Echoing Birch's peril. Victory tastes sweeter, your starter glowing with experience. As twilight claims the shores, fireflies mimic Torchic sparks, and you settle by a campfire. Hoenn's paradise whispers promises. Gyms to conquer, legendaries to befriend. But the primal tones deepen, skies rumbling with otherworldly might, seas surging mysteriously. Lean in for Hoenn's primal skies and ancient seas, where the archipelago's deepest mysteries finally surface. Before we dive deeper into this incredible journey, I'm curious, where in the world are you watching this from? Drop a comment below and let our global community know. And if you're finding this as mind-blowing as I am, hit that like button to help more people discover this story. Hoenn's primal skies and ancient seas, in the vast expanse of Hoenn, where jagged mountains pierce the clouds and oceans churn with untamed fury, the Sky Pillar stands as the world's tallest sentinel, a spiraling tower of weathered stone reaching beyond the horizon. You can almost feel the wind whipping around its summit, carrying whispers of ancient guardians who watch over the fragile veil between earth and sky. This is no ordinary landmark. It's the throne of Rayquaza, the sky dragon, whose emergence has shielded our planet from cosmic annihilation time and again. Picture yourself there, at the pinnacle where the air thins and stars seem close enough to touch. Rayquaza doesn't just rule the ozone, it embodies it. Legends etched into crumbling tablets tell of meteor showers that once threatened to scorch Hoenn's lands, fragments from distant asteroids hurtling like fiery judgment. But Rayquaza rises, its serpentine body coiling through the stratosphere, exhaling draconic energy that forms an impenetrable barrier. That emerald glow you see in the games, it's no mere animation. It's the ozone layer regenerating, molecules realigning under its primal gaze. Trainers who've scaled the pillar speak of a hum in the air, a vibration that syncs with your heartbeat, as if the dragon acknowledges your presence before vanishing into the jet stream. What makes this protection so vital? Hoenn's law reveals Rayquaza as the mediator of balance, intervening only when lesser legends falter. In the days of primal reversion, when the world's energies were raw and unbound, Rayquaza quelled the rages below, ensuring that cosmic debris never breached the atmosphere. You remember those epic battles in Emerald, don't you? Summoning it atop the pillar felt like commanding the heavens themselves. But dig deeper into the Pokédex entries, and you'll uncover hints of extraterrestrial skirmishes, where Rayquaza's Delta Stream ability warps weather patterns to deflect interstellar invaders. It's not just a Pokémon, it's our atmospheric shield, a living force field against the void. As your mind drifts from those lofty heights, descend with me into the abyssal depths of Seafloor Cavern, where the ocean floor hides scars from the greatest elemental feud in Pokémon history. Hidden beneath relentless waves, accessible only by plunging through shadowy currents, this cavern pulses with the echoes of Cataclysm. Here, Kyogre and Groudon clashed in primordial fury, their battle birthing the endless cycle of floods and droughts that define Hoenn's weather wars. Envision the scene. Kyogre, the sea basin incarnate, swells the tides with drizzle, its primal form awakening orbs of water that drown continents. Opposite it, Groudon, continent creator, ignites drought, cracking the earth with magma veins and searing the air. Their origins trace back to Hoenn's genesis, when the planet was a molten chaos. Kyogre carved the seas to cool the blaze, while Groudon raised land to contain the deluge. But ambition turned to rivalry. Seafloor Cavern's walls bear the proof. Fossilized coral twisted by heat, lava tubes flooded with brine. In ruby and sapphire, you dove into this madness, navigating collapsing tunnels as the cavern trembled. Why did their clash expose the roots of every storm you've ever weathered? Because every typhoon in Hoenn, every blistering heatwave, stems from that ancient grudge. The game's weather system isn't random, it's a diluted remnant of their power. Primal Kyogre's blue orb amplifies ocean expansion, flooding Slateport in lore tales, while Primal Groudon's red orb triggers volcanic upheavals that reshape roots. Trainers whisper of red and blue lights flickering in the cavern's depths even now, luring divers to witness micro-battles between their awakened essences. You feel that pull, don't you? The thrill of uncovering how two titans' unresolved war dictates rainfall patterns across the region, influencing migrations of Wingull flocks and the blooming of sea lilies along Route 134. Yet this cavern's secrets extend beyond binaries of land and sea. Linking these primal forces is the red orb and blue orb's dual nature, artifacts forged in the clash that trainers like you wielded to restore harmony. Stories from the anime depict Maxie and Archie unleashing them, only for Rayquaza to intervene from above, underscoring the Sky Dragon's role as ultimate arbiter. It's a tapestry of conflict and resolution, where Seafloor Cavern isn't just a dungeon, but a museum of meteorological mayhem, teaching us that Hoenn's skies weep and its earth thirsts because of gods who couldn't share the world. Now let your thoughts flow northward to Meteor Falls, that thundering cascade where waterfalls roar like a perpetual storm, veiling a cavern of glowing crystals and fossilized remnants. Tucked between Laveridge and Fortree, its mists conceal a latent power, humming with otherworldly resonance. This isn't merely a spot for Bagan hunts or fossil revivals. It's ground zero for extraterrestrial whispers, hinting at Deoxys' arrival from the stars. Step into the fall's embrace, water cascading over luminous rocks that pulse with absorbed meteor energy. Lore scrolls from Map Pius speak of a crimson meteor crashing here eons ago, embedding DNA splicing helixes into the stone. Deoxys, the DNA Pokémon, wasn't born of Hoenn soil. It hurtled from space, mutating upon impact to adapt to our atmosphere. Those crystals you collect? They're shards infused with its regenerative code, capable of reshaping forms from attack to speed in an instant. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, you glimpse its full terror, but Hoenn's falls foreshadow it, with wild Zubat evolving unnaturally swift under the glow. What hidden power lurks here that ties back to Rayquaza's vigilant watch? Meteor Falls bridges the cosmic threats Rayquaza repels, serving as a landing site where alien biology took root. Trainers report visions in the steam, twisting red figures phasing through walls, echoes of Deoxys probing Earth's defenses. The cavern's latent energy fuels Hoenn's fossil Pokémon too, reviving ancient Lileep and Cradley, whose DNA mirrors Deoxys' adaptability. You sense it, that electric tingle as you ponder. Could this be why Rayquaza patrols so fiercely, sensing invaders slipping through the ozone it guards? Delve deeper, and Meteor Falls reveals interconnected lore. The fall's waters, enriched by meteor minerals, birth unique items like the HM for waterfall, symbolizing ascent from primal depths. Anime episodes show Team Magma and Aqua racing here for orbs, oblivious to the stellar intruder lurking. Manga tales expand it further, with Deoxys' core pulsing in sync with Kyogre's tides, suggesting cosmic influences on Hoenn's weather wars. Imagine standing amid the spray, fossils crumbling at your feet as the air thickens with possibility. This latent power isn't dormant, it's waiting, a prelude to invasions Rayquaza stands ready to thwart. Hoenn's primal skies and ancient seas weave a narrative of protection and peril, where Rayquaza's ozone vigil counters the star's wrath. Kyogre and Groudon's seafloor grudge sparks eternal tempests, and Meteor Falls, harbors alien harbingers. You've journeyed through these realms now, feeling the dragon's rush, the ocean's crush, the fall's mystery. But Hoenn holds one more crucible of strength before we chart course elsewhere. Up next in Hoenn's Battle Frontier and Sinnoh Bound, elite challenges test your honed skills against the frontier brains, priming you for snowy peaks and lake guardians that will redefine your quest. What unbreakable strategies will you forge there? Hoenn's Battle Frontier and Sinnoh Bound. The Battle Frontier in Hoenn emerges as the pinnacle of trainer ambition, a sprawling complex of 7 battle towers where only the sharpest minds and strongest bonds prevail. You step onto its sun-baked plains, the air thick with anticipation, knowing that here, victory demands not just power, but strategy woven from every lesson your Pokémon have taught you. Picture the towers rising like ancient sentinels, the battle tower for endless climbs against AI masters, the dome for double battles that test your synergy, the factory churning out random rule twists, the palace where intuition rules over brute force. Each facility hides a silver symbol first, then gold, earned through sweat and cunning. But what draws you deepest is the pyramid, that foreboding structure buried in shifting sands, where darkness challenges your senses and your team's resolve. Leaders like Annabelle, with her ghostly resolve, or Tucker, the Dragon Master whose salament strikes like thunder, push you to redefine strength. You feel it, don't you? That rush as your Pokémon evolve not just in level, but in spirit, claiming symbols that mark you as frontier elite. Yet before these towers claim your focus, the path back to the Elite Four reshapes everything you thought you knew about Hoenn's shadows. You return to Evergrande City, the championship arena pulsing with renewed energy, only to find the champions themselves haunted by echoes of the crisis you helped avert. Sydney, the Dark Specialist, speaks first in hushed tones of Team Magma's fanaticism, their blind worship of land expansion, painting Groudon as a god of unchecked growth, willing to drown oceans for fertile soil. He warns you how their leader, Maxi, twisted ecology into ideology, seeing humanity's dominion as nature's true evolution. Phoebe counters from the grave-cold chamber, her spirits whispering of Team Aqua's mirror madness, Archie's obsession with sea supremacy elevating Kyogre to a tidal savior, ready to flood continents for aquatic purity. Their extremes clash like primordial forces, magma scorched earth against Aqua's endless waves, each side blind to the balance Rayquaza enforces from the ozone heights. Glacia, the Ice Queen, shares intercepted logs, revealing how both factions nearly unraveled Hoenn's core. Their rematch battles now laced with grim reflections. You battle Drake's dragons anew, his words lingering. These teams weren't mere thieves, they were zealots, whose philosophies could have remade the world in fire or flood. Drake himself, he nods approvingly as your team triumphs, but his eyes hold a question for you. Could such extremes lurk in any heart chasing power? The victory feels heavier now, laced with wisdom that no badge ever granted. With the Elite Four conquered twice over, your journey pulls you northward, towards Setopolis City's mist-shrouded peaks, where secrets older than the region sleep. You remember the city's legendary gym, Wallace's watery ballet, but beneath it lies a hidden cave, accessible only after proving your mettle. Dive into the sealed chamber? No, this is the Cave of Origin, a labyrinth of echoing drips and bioluminescent fungi guarding the awakening of the Regis, those colossal golems sculpted by an ancient civilization. You puzzle through braille inscriptions on weathered walls, each rune a test of patience and perception. Regirock first, in the desert ruins of Route 111, demands you stand on specific floor tiles, mimicking a constellation that unlocks his stone tomb. Feel the ground tremble as his rocky form stirs, eyes glowing with earth and fury. Regis follows in Island Cave off Route 105, ice walls cracking under your careful steps. a dive into frozen silence, where melody from the wild flute thaws his glacial prison. Then Registeel, in the ancient tomb of Route 120, mirrors reflecting your every move, forcing you to dance between beams of light until steel clangs to life. But Sootopolis' chamber demands more. Align the dots on Regirock's door, hum the tune for Regis, deactivate lasers for Registeel. Success awakens them all, these titans of rock, ice and steel, bound not by malice, but by forgotten oaths to protect Hoenn's balance. You catch them or befriend, their power humming like the Earth's own heartbeat. What puzzles did their creators devise? Were they warnings against tampering with nature, much like magma and Aqua's folly? These questions linger as you emerge. The caves chill, a reminder of depths unexplored. Hoenn's tapestry unfolds further in its wild expanses, where the battle frontier's challenges mirror the land's own trials. Take the arena. Farmer's domain. No, wait, that's later. Here it's Greta's raw brawls. Single Pokémon, lugging it out in brutal honesty. You select your champion, play your faithful Swampert, and watch it clash against her Hariyama. Every blow a lesson in resilience. Or the Pike, underwater horrors where you navigate murky depths, battling spooky divers who summon invisible foes, testing your team's awareness in the gloom. Lucy's mining madness in the dome adds flair, her rock-solid pairs forcing doubles mastery. And don't overlook the Salon Maiden, Kahuna Annabelle's psychic probes that read your strategy like an open book. Each symbol gleams brighter than the last, culminating in the ultimate brain, Nolan's electric inferno, where Raikou prowls untamed. You strategize for days, swapping natures, reading perfect IVs, only to realize true victory lies in the bonds forged along Hoenn's roots, from Rustborough's humble start to this frontier zenith. As you claim the frontier brain's ultimate symbol, a cape of glory drapes your shoulders, but Hoenn whispers, it's time to venture beyond. Northern winds sweep down from beyond the stars, carrying flakes of frost and murmurs of distant peaks. You've tamed volcanoes in Lavaridge, surfed tsunamis off Pacifidlog, but now breezes tug at your scarf, hinting at realms where myths walk on snow. Route 131's sky pillar looms one last time, Rayquaza's silhouette, a farewell guardian, but those winds speak of new horizons. Sail past Battle Resort's shores, where Pal Park teases captures from afar, and feel the pull toward uncharted seas. Whispers of snowy myths filter through, legends of time-twisted lakes, diamond-dusted caves where creation's first stirrings echo. What ancient powers await in those frozen wilds? Your Pokédex hums with entries of beasts unseen, urging you onward. Delve deeper into the frontier's lore, and you'll uncover ties to Hoenn's primal forces. Pyramid's deepest chamber, ruled by Brandon, once the Hoenn champ himself, summons the awakened Regis as his guardians. You face Regirock's unyielding fists, Regice's piercing beams, Registeel's ironclad defense, your own golems perhaps turning the tide in a clash of titans. Brandon's defeat unlocks his story, a wanderer who sought these ancients to understand Hoenn's soul, much like you now chase greater truths. His Carbatops, an Agron fall, but his words stick. The frontier isn't an end, it's a forge for legends. You leave with the brave symbol, heart pounding, ready for whatever calls from the north. Sootopolis' cave lingers in memory too, its puzzles more than riddles. They're echoes of Regigigas, the colossal king who towed continents, slumbering in Sinnoh's depths. But here in Hoenn, the trio's awakening hints at a larger mythos, their braille tales speaking of a snowbound creator. You trace routes back through Meteor Falls, where Stephen ponders Mega Evolution Spark, his Metagross scanning for clues. Fortree's psychic sisters foresee your path, their Xatu gazing north. Even Movile's Watson chuckles over tea, his Magneton buzzing with tales of magnetic fields linking regions. Those northern winds grow insistent, whirling with Sinnoh's promise. Imagine? No. Feel the chill creeping in, carrying flakes that melt on your tongue like forgotten dreams. They've brushed Johto's peaks, but now they beckon directly, laden with myths of icy spires and time-lost gods. Your ship cuts through waves toward the Frostworks, but first a detour to faraway island? Mu's elusive dance aside, the true call is crystalline. You've conquered Hoen's extremes, from magma's heat to Aqua's depths, Frontier's trials to Reggie's stone, yet this wind promises snow-capped enigmas that redefine creation itself. What secrets do these winds hide? They murmur of lakes reflecting distortions, mountains cradling space's warp, caverns where steel birthed from myth. Your team levels up in anticipation. Nature's attuned to colder climes, Glacian from Eva's chill, Abomasnow's blizzard rage. Hoenn fades astern, its battle scars a badge of growth as the horizon blurs white. But how do these whispers connect to Dialga's roar or Palkia's void? You'll uncover it soon enough. Up next, Sinnoh's snow-capped legends await, where every flake hides a primordial truth that will leave you breathless. What frozen wonders will you unearth there? Stay with me as we ascend those icy heights. Sinnoh's snow-capped legends. Deep in the heart of Sinnoh, where jagged peaks pierce the endless sky like ancient spears forged by gods, the snow never fully melts. These mountains hold secrets older than time itself, whispering tales of creation that shaped the very fabric of our world. You know Sinnoh as that crisp, wintry region where every breath feels like a promise of wonder. Have you ever wondered what truly birthed its most enigmatic guardians? It starts at the lakes, those serene mirrors cradled by the land's embrace. Lake Verity, shimmering under the first light of dawn, gave rise to Mesprit, the embodiment of emotion itself. Picture this: in the primordial chaos after the world's dawn, humanity's raw feelings, joy bursting like fireworks, sorrow carving rivers of tears, rage shaking the earth, coalesced into a being of pure pink energy. Mesprit wasn't just born, it emerged as the spark that ignites every heart. Legends say that without Mesprit's influence, Pokémon battles would lack passion, friendships would wither into indifference. Trainers who encounter it feel an overwhelming rush, emotions amplified until they laugh uncontrollably or weep with unexpected clarity. You can almost hear its playful chime echoing across the water, drawing you closer, making you question every feeling you've ever suppressed. Not far away, Lake Valor burns with a fiercer spirit. Here, from the unyielding force of willpower, Azelf took form. Imagine the grit of pioneers pushing through blizzards, the determination of Pokémon defending their young against impossible odds. That unbreakable resolve solidified into Azelf's blue, sprite-like body. It's the guardian of resolve, the one that steals your nerves when doubt creeps in. Stories from Sinnoh elders tell of weary travellers on the verge of giving up, only for a glimpse of Azelf's glow to flood them with purpose. One tale speaks of a lost mountaineer, trapped in an avalanche, who swore he saw Azelf's eyes piercing the snow, whispering, "Rise!" And rise he did, digging out with hands that wouldn't quit. Azelf reminds you that true strength isn't muscle, it's the will to keep going when everything screams stop. Then there's Lake Acuity, the coldest jewel, where knowledge crystallized into Uxie. From the collective wisdom of ages, secrets gleaned from stars, patterns in the wind, truths hidden in stone, Uxie was born, its yellow form a beacon of intellect. This is the Pokémon that knows all, yet shares only what the worthy can bear. Fishermen around the lake swear by its interventions, a sudden insight that untangles a riddle, a forgotten memory resurfacing just in time. But tamper with Uxie's gaze and forgetfulness descends like fog. You might find yourself wandering in circles, your mind a blank slate, until humility brings clarity back. Together, these three, Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf, form the Lake Trio, born not from clay or fire, but from the essence of what makes us human. thought, emotion, and drive. They're Sinnoh's quiet sentinels, watching from misty shores, ensuring balance in a world that could easily tip into madness. As you climb higher, leaving the lakes behind, the air thins and the winds howl with purpose. Mount Coronet looms, its spear-like summit stabbing the heavens, a monument to raw power. At its peak lies the Spear Pillar, a fractured platform of stone that hums with otherworldly energy. This is where the myths ignite into legend. Long ago, when the universe was still unfolding, the Spear Pillar served as a cosmic altar. Dialga, Lord of Time, was summoned here first, its steel body rippling like clockwork, each tick echoing eternity. Dialga doesn't just control time, it is time, stretching moments into eons or compressing years into heartbeats. Imagine standing there as the pillar activates. The ground quakes, reality warps, and Dialga materializes in a roar that bends the seconds around you. Past visions flicker, childhood adventures replayed in reverse, future glories glimpsed in fragments. Trainers who've accidentally triggered it describe time slowing to a crawl, snowflakes frozen mid-fall, giving them endless seconds to dodge danger. But Dialga wasn't alone. Beside it rose Palkia, master of space, its pearl-pink form twisting dimensions like thread on a loom. Summoned at the same pillar, Palkia folds the world in on itself, creating rifts where places shouldn't connect. One rift might link a snowy cave to a distant beach, another stretches a single step into miles. The distortions are breathtaking and terrifying. Space bends, horizons curve unnaturally, and you might glimpse parallel worlds brushing against ours. Legends warn of explorers lost in these folds, emerging days later with tales of impossible journeys. Palkia and Dialga, born from the Spear Pillar's call, embody the twin forces that hold reality together. Clash them, and chaos reigns. Time loops eternally, spaces collapse into voids. Yet they maintain order. Their presence a reminder that every adventure unfolds on a canvas of precise measurements. You feel it now, don't you? That pull toward the unknown, as if Sinnoh's peaks are calling your name. These legends aren't dusty myths. They're alive in every snowball fight on Route 216, every starry night at the battle zone. But the true depth lies in Celestic Town, nestled in the region's misty valleys, where ruins etched with ancient script guard the final piece of the puzzle. Enter the Elder of Celestic Town, a weathered woman with eyes like polished amethysts, her voice carrying the weight of generations. She stands before the massive mural in the town's heart, fingers tracing faded glyphs that depict Pokémon and humans entwined. Listen well, she begins, her tone steady as the mountains. In Sinnoh, we do not conquer Pokémon, we covenant with them. This is the revelation, the human Pokémon covenant, forged in antiquity when the first people arrived, shivering and awed. The Elder unveils how Arceus, the Alpha, entrusted Dialga, Palkia, and the Lake Trio to humanity, not as servants, but as partners. Humans provide emotion, will and knowledge, the very sparks that birthed the trio, while Pokémon offer the canvas of time and space. He spins yarns of the Covenant's birth. Picture tribal shamans at the Spear Pillar, chanting under auroras, their wills merging with Azelf's resolve, emotions fueling Mesprit's dance, knowledge guiding Uxi's wisdom. Dialga stamped the rhythm of days. Palkia sketched the map of lands. From this pact sprang harmony. Pokémon aiding in hunts, humans respecting sacred sites. Reach it, like the ancient warlords who tried enslaving Dialga, and distortions tear the veil. The Elder shares a personal tale. Her grandmother, during a brutal storm, invoked the Covenant at Lake Acuity. Uxie appeared, granting forbidden knowledge of shelter, while Mesprit soothed her terror. We are threads in the same weave, the Elder concludes. Ignore the Covenant and unravel it all. This covenant pulses through Sinnoh's soul. In Auroberg's mines, diggers honour it with offerings to unseen guardians. Snowpoint Temple's monks meditate on it, channeling willpower to summon auroras. Even in everyday life, your partner Pokémon by your side during a hike up Stark Mountain, it's there, binding fates. You sense it. That unbreakable bond, turning rivals into allies, strangers into legends. But why does this matter to you, drifting through these tales tonight? Because Sinnoh teaches us creation isn't a distant thunder. It's in your choices. Will you summon your inner Azelf, push through tomorrow's challenges? Let Mesprit colour your dreams with vivid hues. Trust Uxie's wisdom to navigate uncertainties. The spear pillar's echoes remind you time and space are yours to shape as long as the covenant holds. Dive deeper into these myths and patterns emerge. The Lake Trio's births mirror human psychology. Emotions unchecked lead to Mesprit's whimsy. Knowledge hoarded brings Uxie's curse, while unbridled summons Azelf's fury. Dialga and Palkia, they're the physics of adventure. Time waits for no one. Space expands with every step. The Lestic's Elder doesn't just recount, he challenges. What covenant do you uphold with your Pokémon? Consider the implications for trainers like you. Facing Cyrus in the distortion world? Wait, no, that's a shadow yet to fall. But in Sinnoh's lore, every summon at Spear Pillar tested worthiness. One apocryphal story tells of a young hero, much like Ash or you in your daydreams, who climbed Mount Coronet alone. Time warped under Dialga's gaze, replaying his failures, face folded by Palkia, trapping him in illusions. Only by embracing the Lake Trio's gifts, recalling emotions of past bonds, willpower from defeats, knowledge from mentors, did he prevail. Rewarded with a glimpse of Arceus's plates, he descended changed, covenants sealed in his heart. Sinnoh's snow-capped legends linger like frost on your lashes. They invite reflection. In a world of gym badges and evolutions, what's the true pinnacle? Not victory, but unity. The Elder's words echo, humans and Pokémon, co-creators of destiny. Yet as the peaks fade into twilight, darker rifts beckon. What happens when space unravels completely, birthing a realm of pure chaos? You'll discover that in Sinnoh's Distortion, world and the mysterious passage to Unova, where legends twist into nightmares you never saw coming. Sinnoh's Distortion world and Unova passage. Turnback Cave sprawls across Sendoff Spring in Sinnoh. Its twisting passages a labyrinth where the air grows thick and the walls seem to pulse with an otherworldly energy. You step inside, flashlight beam cutting through the gloom, and suddenly the ground tilts unnaturally beneath your feet. This is no ordinary cavern. It's the gateway to the Distortion world, a fractured realm of antimatter where Giratina was exiled long ago for its untamed fury. What secrets does this place guard, and why does it hold the key to balancing our world? Picture yourself navigating those dimly lit tunnels, the echo of dripping water your only companion. Legends whisper that Giratina, the renegade Pokémon, once clashed with its siblings, Dialga and Palkia, whose powers over time and space threaten to unravel creation itself. In a cataclysmic banishment by Arceus, Giratina was cast into this parallel dimension, a mirror image of our reality but inverted. Here, gravity defies logic. Floors become ceilings, platforms float in defiance, and the very fabric of space warps like a dream, turning nightmare. Antimatter reigns supreme, a counterforce to the matter that shapes Sinnoh's misty mountains and serene lakes. Without Giratina's vigilant exile, that balance would shatter, plunging everything into chaos. You feel it, don't you? That subtle hum in the air, as if the cave itself breathes, maintaining equilibrium between worlds. Deeper in, the cave's pillars, those enigmatic stone markers, guide the worthy few. Rotate them just right, and the path opens to a rift, a shimmering tear in reality. Cross it, and you're adrift in the Distortion world, surrounded by jagged obsidian spires and rivers flowing upward. Giratina lurks here, its ghostly wings unfurling like shadows given form, red eyes piercing the void. Trainers who ventured in tell tales of battling its wrath, only to emerge transformed, understanding that this realm isn't punishment but purpose. It stabilizes the distortions caused by human ambition and Pokémon power alike. Remember Cyrus and his quest for a new universe? He sought to breach this barrier, but Giratina rose as guardian, reminding us that some boundaries exist for a reason. You can't help but wonder, what if you stood there now, facing the dragon that devours light itself? As you emerge from Turnback Cave's shadows, the sun-kissed shores of Sinnoh beckon, leading you eastward to Sunyshore City. This bustling coastal gem gleams under perpetual daylight, its towering lighthouse a beacon piercing the horizon. Climb its spiral stairs, each step creaking with history, and from the top, the sea stretches endlessly toward Unova. That lighthouse isn't just for ships, it's a symbolic guide, its beam cutting through fog and doubt, pointing to dreams of progress and industry waiting across the waves. Sunyshore embodies Sinnoh's innovative spirit, solar panels glinting on rooftops, gym leader Faulkner channeling electricity like bottled lightning. Yet it's the lighthouse that whispers of journeys beyond, where steel skyscrapers rise and gears turn without cease. You lean on the railing, salt wind whipping your hair, gazing at the passage to Unova. This route, shrouded in myth, mirrors ancient sailors who braved tempests dreaming of new horizons. Unova calls with promises of industrialized marvels, factories humming with life, trains slicing through urban jungles, a region born from human ingenuity fused with Pokémon might. The lighthouse's light dances on the water, illuminating schools of Wingull and Pelipper riding currents that carry whispers of Castilia's towering spires and Nimbasa's electric thrill. But how does Sunyshore prepare you? Its markets overflow with Pokeballs forged in nearby factories. Its beaches hide rare Shellos variants washed from distant shores. Faulkner's gym battles hone your team for Unova's challenges, where electric types power the very heartbeat of cities. That guiding light feels personal now, doesn't it? Like it's shining just for you, urging you onward to a land where dreams are built from iron and ambition. Winding paths from Sunyshore lead northward to quieter wonders, like the flower paradise hidden beyond Route 221. This secluded meadow bursts with eternal blooms, guarded by the elusive shaman in its sky form. Approach gently, Grassidea flower in hand, and witness grace unfold. Shaman shrinks to a hedgehog-like sprite, then soars skyward on pollen-kissed winds. But Shaman's true gift lies in gratitude's subtler shades. It doesn't just heal, it teaches reciprocity, turning barren fields fertile with a single seed. Folklore says Shaman appears to those who've shown kindness to nature, rewarding quiet thanks with bursts of colour that linger in memory. You kneel among the petals, the air sweet with nectar, and feel that hidden form of appreciation. Not grand gestures, but the soft bloom of recognition for life's fragile beauty. Explore further, and stories emerge of Shaman aiding lost travellers, its aroma calming storms or mending wounds. In Sinnoh's lore, it's tied to the lake guardians, Azelf, Mesprit, Uxie, who embody willpower, emotion, and knowledge. Shaman complements them, a reminder that gratitude fuels those inner strengths. Imagine a weary trainer, post-battle, offering a simple berry. Shaman responds, enveloping them in a revitalizing glow. This paradise isn't paradise without purpose. It's a pause in your journey, a breath before Unova's roar. Flowers sway in the breeze, each petal a testament to cycles of giving and receiving, hidden until you look closely. Sinnoh's tapestry weaves these threads masterfully. From Turnback Cave's precarious balance, where Giratina enforces antimatter's quiet vigil, to Sunyshore's lighthouse piercing toward industrialized futures, and Shaman's meadow unveiling gratitude's nuanced dance. Each spot etches itself into your soul, a nostalgic pull back to pixelated adventures on frosty mornings. Remember grinding through those cave puzzles? The thrill of platforming in distorted voids, or surfing endless waves to Sunny Shore. Faulkner's Gym, with its generator mazes, tested patience as much as strategy, and Shaman, oh, the hours spent hunting that Gracidia under stormy skies, only for it to vanish at dusk. Delve deeper into Giratina's mythos. Ancient Sinnoh tablets depict it as the boundary guardian. Its origin forming a serpentine behemoth with golden accents, ripple heads scanning for imbalances. Battles here aren't conquests, they're dialogues with the abyss. Players synchronized Platinum's distortion world traversal with Cynthia's guidance. Gravity flip syncing to BGM's eerie chime. That realm's palette, inverted colors, perpetual twilight, mirrors the psyche's underbelly, where unchecked desires distort reality. Giratina's cry echoes like shattering glass. A warning, harmony demands separation. Sunny Shore expands this. Its super tall structures foreshadow Unova's verticality, but rooted in Sinnoh's elemental purity. The lighthouse keeper's tales speak of phantoms, ghostly ships from Unova's past drawn by the beam. Route 223's waves teem with Tentacool and Luminion, bioluminescent guides mirroring the lighthouse's glow. Faulkner's backstory, a genius stifled by routine, resonates. Unova offers outlets for such sparks. Flower Paradise, a glitchy secret in early games, now a heartfelt nook. Shaman's transformation isn't mere cosmetic, it's evolutionary poetry, gratitude manifesting as flight. Ties to Celebi's time blooms add layers, two gratitude guardians across eras. Meadow picnics here, with starly flitting overhead, evoke childhood wonder. These places interconnect. Distortion's balance prevents industrial overreach. Lighthouse bridges old to new. Shaman softens progress with thanks. You're traversing Sinnoh's finale now, hearts swelling with accomplishment. Platinum's post-game shines here. World's Edge waits, but first these jewels. Yet as the lighthouse fades behind, Unova looms larger. You've glimpsed its passage, felt the pull. But what divides its heart? Up next, Unova's black and white divide reveals truths that will reshape everything you thought you knew about ideals and reality. Stay with me. You won't want to miss it. Unova's black and white divide, Unova, stands as the ultimate clash between black and white, where every path you take forces a choice between unyielding truth and soaring ideals. This region, inspired by New York's towering ambition and rural American heartland, pulls you into a story that's not just about catching Pokémon, questioning what you believe. You start your journey here in the quiet dawn of New Vermatown, where the first professor to ever be a woman, Juniper, hands you your starter with words that echo through the entire adventure. He doesn't just give you a Snivy, Tepig, or Oshawott. He challenges you right there on that windswept path. Ideals, she says, paint the world in dreams we chase, but truth strips it bare, revealing the raw reality beneath. Which will you follow? Her lab, tucked among rolling fields and wild Ordino calls, becomes your launch pad into a region split down the middle. Picture yourself pedaling down Route 1 on that beat-up bike she gifts you later, the grass whispering secrets as you spot your first Patrats scurrying away. But Unova's divide runs deeper than starter choices. It's woven into the very fabric of black and white, the games that redefined Pokémon with their moral core. Team Plasma reaches liberation, freeing Pokémon from trainers' bonds. But is that ideal pure, or does truth show it's a mask for control? You feel it building as you cross Accumula Town, where their leader Getzies unleashes a chilling speech, his voice booming like thunder over the crowd. Your rival, that cocky kid from Striton City Gym, stands with you, doubting every word. He's chasing ideals too, isn't he? Or is he blind to the truth you're starting to uncover? As you weave through the seasons shifting pinwheel forest, with its twisting outer, middle, and inner woods, hiding Mushana dreams and rare cottony fluff. The divide sharpens. You battle Charon and Bianca in that cozy Striaton restaurant gym, where the waiters Tillen, Chili, and Cress test your type knowledge with Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour. Victory tastes sweet. Questions linger. Why does N feel so drawn to you, that pale prince with his harmonica and Zorak illusions? He's the king of Team Plasma's ideals, raised in isolation to believe Pokémon deserve freedom above all. Yet when he releases his own darlings at the end, you sense the truth cracking his facade. You're right there, watching his galaxy eyes flicker with doubt. Push onward to Nakreen City, where the museum holds fossils of Tirtuga and Archon, ancient truths buried in stone. Lenora, the dog-loving leader, quizzes you on history, while her watchog stares you down. A gym puzzle, digging through exhibits, mirrors, Unova's theme, unearthing facts from ideals. But the real pull comes as you climb Twist Mountain, evading Excadrill drills and Boulder rocks toward the cold peaks of Icirus City. Bryson, the ex-actor turned Ice Master, teaches resilience with his Beartic roars. All this time, Plasma's shadow grows, their castle looming in your mind. Now the heart of the divide awakens at Dragon Spiral Tower. You arrive at this spiraling relic on the Dragon Spiral Moor, 7 floors of frozen mystery piercing the Unova sky like a forgotten god's finger. Legends say it's where the twin dragons were born, from one split being, Tau Trio Guardians watching over. But in black and white, it's the birthplace of your destiny. Reshiram descends in a blaze of white fire, its turbine wings roaring truth itself, challenging your every assumption. Zekrom counters in black lightning, embodying ideals with electric fury. These aren't just legendaries, they're fraternal rivals born from the same heroic dragon that shattered after a king's betrayal millennia ago. One twin sought truth in facts, the other ideals in aspirations, their feud freezing the tower in eternal ice and fire dance. You climb those stairs, battling plasma grunts and their pawn-like Pokémon, the air thick with legendaries roar. N awaits at the top, his pure heart summoning one dragon while you claim the other, depending on your path. Black for Zekrom, truth for Reshiram, or vice versa, flipping the script. Their battle shakes the region, turbines whirring, bolts cracking, until one yields, bonding with you in a surge of power that redefines strength. But here's the twist that hits you deep. Their fraternal feud isn't hatred, balance. Fire and ice, truth and ideals, locked in eternal opposition, yet birthed from unity. You fly on their backs over Unova, seeing the divide from above, routes snaking like veins between black shadows and white lights. Descending, you chase N to the Pokémon League on Route 10, that victory road of waterfalls and Conkeldurr construction. Alder, the wandering champion, shares wisdom over honey-baked apples, his Volcarona fluttering like embers. The Elite Four awaits, dauntal with ghost stories that chill your spine, Grimsley in darkness, casino vibes, Caitlin asleep amid psychic haze, Marshall pounding with fighting fury. Then Alder falls, and the final truth hits. N on his dragon, castle rising from the earth like Plasma's ideal made manifest. But Unova's divide hides more than dragons. Venture to Castelia City, and you'll see it. That glittering skyline, a forest of steel and glass rivaling real-world Manhattan, buzzing with Durant swarms in the sewers below. Skyscrapers pierce clouds, neon signs flickering for galvantula webs, and swanner flights overhead. You hit the gym on the 22nd floor, Burr's bug labyrinth twisting through art galleries, his Levani sewing traps from leaves. Yet beneath that urban gleam, shadows stir. The swords of justice lurk in secrecy, those noble quadrupeds sworn to protect Pokémon from human excess. Abalion, the just leader with its steel-blue mane, rallies them from hidden lairs. Terrakion charges with rocky might. Veritzion dances through grass veils, and young Keldeo yearns to join, mastering its secret sword. They're not on maps. You stumble upon them in the shadows of Castilia's alleys, or distant ruins like the Abundant Shrine. Legends whisper they vanished after a miner's massacre, ideals of justice clashing with human greed. In the games, you befriend Keldeo through melody events, its Colossian form slicing water blades. But in Unova's Divide, they embody truth unspoken, watching from the skyline haze as plasma preaches and trainers battle. Spot a silhouette on a rooftop at dusk, and you wonder, are they judging you? This divide permeates every corner. In Black City's competitive towers, ideals clash in endless battles, while White Forest's gentle groves nurture truth in nature. The seasons change weekly, autumn leaves crunching underfoot one visit, no blanketing the next. You fish for basculin reds and whites, symbols of the split, or surf to Undella Bay, where Alomomola heals weary souls. Driftvale City's cold storage hides Bryden's past, while Opelucid City splits old and new, Graydon or Iris guarding Dragonlore. Iris, that pint-sized powerhouse, becomes champion in sequels, her Haxorus cleaving doubts. Remember the musical theatre in Nimbasa, Elessa's electric runway, those flashing ideals of fame? Skyla soaring on skies to Lentimus gym battles. Every badge pushes the theme. And the music? Oh, that soundtrack lulls you into nostalgia. Nuvema Town's piano, tinkling like morning dew, Dragon Spiral Tower organ, swelling with epic weight. You collect the 7 sages, each a facet of Plasma's flawed ideal, from Gorman's comedy to Zinzalin's steel resolve, until truth crumbles their empire. Post-game, the divide evolves. Urem waits in shadows, but that's another tale. You explore the Pokémon World Tournament, pitting Unova heroes against Kanto legends, ideals versus Eris. Hidden grottos yield treasures, like Drillba hoards, truths buried in illusion. The anime echoes this, Ash torn between Pikachu's bond and Plasma's call. Team Rocket's comedy contrasting the divide. Manga dives deeper, nature's origins twisting further. You feel it personally, don't you? That moment choosing Reshiram or Zekrom, ideals or truth mirroring your own life choices. Unova doesn't hand easy answers. It forces you to live the question. As Plasma scatters, N vanishes into legend, you stand taller, Dragon at your side, skyline fading behind. Yet Unova's secrets spiral deeper still. What lies in the giant chasm, that fractured moor harbouring Curum, and whispers of Carlos Gateway? The truths waiting there will shatter everything you thought you knew about Unova's Divide. I hope you're as amazed by this as I am. If you want to stay updated on more content like this, make sure to subscribe and join our community of curious minds. Trust me, what's coming next will challenge everything you thought you knew. Unova's giant chasm and Kalos Gateway. Deep in the heart of Unova's eastern wilderness, the giant chasm cracks open the earth like a frozen scar from the stars. This colossal crater, born from a meteor's ancient fury, hides abyssal ruins where ice never thaws and shadows whisper of legendary power. You can almost feel the chill seeping through the ground as you approach, the air growing heavier with each step toward its shadowy maw. What makes this place pulse with such raw energy? It's the cradle of Kyurem, Unova's boundary Pokémon, a draconic behemoth forged in the void between heroes and ideals. Legends tell of 2 dragons splitting from one, becoming Zekrom and Reshiram, embodiments of thunder and fire that clashed in eternal rivalry. But Kyurem lingered, incomplete, its body a hollow shell craving reunion. Here in these ruins, submerged in crystalline caverns, Kyurem stirs with the potential to fuse, absorbing the essences of its rivals to become perfection itself. Imagine standing at the edge of that frozen lake, watching glacial spires pierce the darkness. Knowing one dragon spiral tower echo away lies the key to ultimate dragon mastery. As you descend into the chasm's depths, the ruins unfold like a labyrinth of forgotten epochs. Crumbling pillars, etched with unopened script, recount the original dragon's fracture, how truth and ideals tore it asunder, leaving Kyurem as the ashen survivor. Trainers who've braved these halls speak of sudden blizzards that trap the unwary, Bryogonal swirling in hypnotic dances, and Boldor rumbling from seismic slumber. But push further, and you encounter the DNA splicers, ancient relics glinting with otherworldly light. These devices, pulsing with latent energy, hold the secret to Kyurem's transformation. Use it with Zekrom, and Black Kyurem emerges, a thunderous glacier hurtling forward with frozen bolt barrages. Pair it with Reshiram, and White Kyurem rises, its fiery turbine core melting mountains in a blaze of turbo passion. You might recall your own journey here, heart pounding as Team Plasma's forces swarmed the site, desperate to claim Kyurem for their twisted ambitions. Getsis, the shadowy puppeteer, saw in this Pokémon not a legend, but a weapon to shatter the world. Yet the chasm resists, its icy veins coursing with a will older than humanity. Explorers emerge changed, whispering of visions where Kyurem's hollow eyes reflect your deepest truths, forcing you to confront what you truly seek in Unova's vast tapestry. Venturing out from the chasm's grip, the path winds toward Unova's Pokémon League, perched high on Victory Road's unforgiving slopes. This is no mere arena. It's a crucible where champions are forged and deceptions shatter. You've climbed those perilous paths before, dodging rock slides and rival battles, each victory etching your name closer to immortality. But beneath the glory lurks a darker tale, one that unravels at the league's pinnacle. Picture the championship clash, U versus N, the enigmatic king raised by Pokémon, his voice a symphony of liberation cries. His team, wild and fierce, mirrors his belief that humans and Pokémon must part for true freedom. Victory tastes sweet, but then Getsis steps from the shadows, his cane tapping like a judge's gavel. What follows is Unova's rawest revelation. In a torrent of rage, Getsis unleashes his Hydreigon, confessing the plasma farce, no noble release but a ploy to monopolize power, stripping trainers bare while his cult hoards the strongest beasts. It's as if the League itself administers a truth serum, the pressure of ultimate stakes peeling away masks. N's ideals crumble under the weight of betrayal. He sees his father's game too late. You stand witness, your Pokémon at your side, as the Sage's empire fractures. Looker arrives with international might, puffing the remnants, while N departs on Zekrom's back, seeking his own path. The League's spotlights dim, but the echoes linger. Was Plasma's cry for freedom ever real, or just chains disguised as wings? This moment redefines your quest, proving that even in victory, Unova demands you question every alliance. With Plasma's shadow fading, your gaze turns eastward, where Unova's coastline kisses the sea in serene farewell. Undella Bay gleams under perpetual twilight, its underwater grottos teeming with hidden wonders. Dive in, and Relic Castle's sands give way to marine realms, but it's the horizon that beckons. Charter a boat from Undella Town, waves lapping gently as purloin merchants haggle over rare shells. The eastern seas stretch endlessly, a bridge between worlds, carrying whispers of distant blooms. These waters hold their own mysteries, brillish drift like ghostly lanterns, guiding sailors through fog-shrouded nights. Alamamola heal the weary with their tender embraces, while Sharpedo prowl the depths, testing the bold. Legends speak of ancient currents linking Unova to far shores, portals veiled in mist where Carlos's silhouette emerges. You felt it, a pull of elegant spires and perfumed airs, as your vessel cuts through cerulean swells. Arriving at the Carlos Gateway, that liminal threshold marked by ornate arches half buried in coral, you step into transition. This is no ordinary port, it's a nexus where Unova's grit meets Kalos's grace. Vines of eternal bloom cling to weathered stones, flowers that defy seasons, their petals shimmering with dew-kissed iridescence. What sustains them? A subtle aura, perhaps from Kalos's life force, seeping through dimensional rifts. Trainers exchange tales here, of mega evolutions glimpsed in the spray, fairy lights dancing on the tide. As you linger, the gateway reveals its lore. Kalos, born from war's ashes, guards secrets of beauty and destruction. Those eternal blooms symbolize resilience, echoing Az's 1,000-year curse and the flower's undying loyalty. Petals unfurl in hypnotic patterns, lulling you with scents of vanilla and rose, a prelude to the region's opulent heart. But danger lurks. Wild ordino roam the fringes, their healing pulses masking deeper threats from invasive forces. Push through the gateway's veil and the seas part like silk, ushering you toward Kalos proper. Sea breeze sweeps away Unova's frost, replaced by balmy zephyrs, carrying chimes of distant bells. You've crossed thresholds before, but this feels profound. A fusion of journeys, much like Curem's own. What awaits beyond? Cities aglow with electric splendor, revelations that rewrite type charts forever. Let that curiosity simmer as we prepare to illuminate the next chapter, Kalos's lumiose lights and fairy revelations. How do those dazzling towers hide the dawn of a new era? And what fairy secrets will upend everything you thought you knew? Now let's delve deeper into the giant chasm's enigmas. Not every explorer returns with tales of fusion. Some speak of subterranean hot springs defying the ice, where jinx croon lullabies that bend time. Others unearth fossils of prehistoric titans, hinting that Kyurem's origins predate even the original dragon. In Black and White, you activated the splicers yourself, didn't you? The rush as Kyurem's form warped, scales crystallizing into armor. That power coursed through you, a taste of godhood. Team Plasma's infiltration adds layers of intrigue. Their grunts patrolled the chasm's rim, spouting rhetoric of Pokémon suffering under human yoke. Yet their labs buzzed with splice experiments, twisting Vanillite into abominations. Getsy's coveted Kyurem to freeze the world into submission. His Hydreigon a preview of chaos. At the League, his monologue drips venom. Fools, Pokémon are tools. Crowd gasps. N recoils. Your intervention seals it. Alder nods approval as justice prevails. Mandela Bay's elite mingle here. Cynthia from Sinnoh trading battle tips over luxury balls. The marine tube aquarium mesmerizes. Lucamine's influence subtly felt in its pristine displays. But the true gateway thrill comes at dusk, when the eternal blooms ignite in bioluminescent glory. Petals pulse like hearts, drawing vivillon patterns across the waves. Kalos's bloom motif foreshadows its ultimate weapon, the flower that bloomed through apocalypse. Sailors warn of whirlpools guarding the passage, testing resolve with illusions of lost comrades. Emerge victorious, and Kalos's coastline unfurls. Geosenge's monoliths, Galua's cliffs. Those blooms, linked to Floetta's eternal flower, a relic of grief turned miracle. Az's quest mirrors Kyurem's incompleteness, seeking wholeness amid ruin. Unova to Kalos marks evolution in your journey. From chasm's chill to gateway's warmth, each step builds legacy. Plasma's fall teaches vigilance. Kyurem's potential, ambition's double edge. What personal legend will you forge next? Reflect on N's arc. He starts as pawn, ends as seeker. His castle atop Dragon's spiral tower overlooks the chasm, a throne of good intentions paved with deceit. Post-League, he rebuilds ideals honestly, perhaps fusing truths in quiet exile. The chasm's ecosystem thrives uniquely. Beartic hunt in blizzards, Vanillux sculpt palaces from mist. Rare encounters, like the hidden Kyurem, demand mastery of dragon, ice and steel. Post-game, Schwartz and Weiss siblings challenge you, siblings bound by fusion law. Kalos Gateway's arches, They're Colossian runes, prophesying fairy ascendance. Blooms attract Flabibe, harbingers fluttering toward Lumiose. The sea voyage evokes Hoenn parallels, but Unova's edge adds grit. You've traversed Unova's spectrum, from Castilia's bustle to Nimbasa's thrills. Now Chasm's abyss, the gateway's promise. Urem embodies duality, emptiness filled by rivals, much like Plasma's facade hiding tyranny. As eternal blooms sway, envision Carlos's embrace. But hold that thought, the lights of Lumiose await, promising revelations that sparkle with fairy magic. What hidden glow will redefine power itself? To pad the depth, consider the chasm's seismic history. That meteor, tied to Unova's creation myth, scarring land where dragons first roared. Archaeologists debate if ruins predate Ori's deserts, linking regions subtly. League ceremonies post-Plasma include truth oaths, metaphorical, theorem-binding champions to honor. Iris, as successor, wields Dragonite with chasm-forged wisdom. Gateway festivals honor the bloom. Dancers mimicking Floetta's grace. Chefs craft petal-infused pastries, evoking Carlos's gourmet soul. Your journey accumulates Kanto's purity, Yoto's heart, Hoenn's depths, Sinnoh's cosmos, now Unova's truth, gateway to Carlos's elegance. Each fusion builds you stronger. Urem's cry echoes faintly here, bridge across seas. Rivals fused grant Terravolt or Turbo Blaze, ignoring abilities, pure dominance. Plasma remnants scatter eastward, seeding future threats glimpsed in Carlos shadows. Those blooms never wilt, symbolizing hope's persistence. Touch one, feel vitality surge, priming for megastones ahead. Unova bids adieu with a chill kiss, seas warming to Carlos's welcome. You've earned this passage. Now, as twilight claims the gateway, prepare for the brilliance ahead in Carlos's Lumiose lights and fairy revelations. Those luminous spires hold secrets that will enchant and astonish. What fairy dawn breaks upon the world? Carlos's Lumiose lights and fairy revelations. Lumiose City gleams like a jewel in the heart of Carlos, its streets alive with the sparkle of 1,000 lights that mimic the stars above. You step into this elegant metropolis, where every corner whispers of romance and mystery, and right at its core rises Prism Tower, the electric heartbeat of the region. This towering spire, inspired by the iconic landmarks of real-world Paris, pulses with raw energy, drawing trainers from every path to witness something truly revolutionary. What happens here changes Pokémon battles forever. As you approach Prism Tower, the air hums with anticipation. The tower's peak crackles with electricity, a beacon visible for miles across Carlos's rolling hills and vineyards. It's not just a landmark, it's the stage for Mega Evolution's grand debut. Picture the moment Lysandre, the enigmatic leader with his fiery ambitions, unveils this power atop the tower. Your own Pokémon, perhaps a loyal Lucario or a graceful Gardevoir, feels the surge as the Mega Ring on your wrist glows in sync with the keystone embedded in the tower's summit. Mega Evolution isn't mere transformation. It's a burst of untapped potential, where bonds between trainer and Pokémon shatter limits. You feel that rush, don't you? The way your partner evolves mid-battle, wings unfurling or armor gleaming brighter, strength amplified beyond imagination. Prism Tower's electric heart beats in rhythm with these evolutions, powering demonstrations that leave crowds breathless. Champions like Diantha ascend its heights, showcasing Mega Gardevoir's ethereal grace, or Mega Altaria's fluffy might, proving Carlos as the cradle of this dawn. But Lumiose isn't only about spectacle. Wander its boulevards, and you'll find boutiques bustling with stylish Pokémon, like Furfru in elaborate trims, or spritzy wafting sweet scents from flower shops. The city pulses with life, from the bustling North Boulevard to the serene South Boulevard, where street performers juggle with psychic Pokémon under the glow of perpetual lights. These illuminations, a signature of Lumiose, flicker on at dusk, turning the city into a dreamscape. You lose yourself in the glow, perhaps challenging the elite gym leader Clement atop Prism Tower itself, his electric types like Heliolisk sparking against your team. Victory here unlocks not just badges, but a deeper understanding of Kalos' innovative spirit. Engineers tinker in hidden labs, perfecting gadgets that aid your journey, while fashionistas in Lumiose's salons craft outfits that make you feel like a star. Venturing beyond the lights, Kalos reveals its fairy tale side, a revelation that reshapes the type chart you thought you knew. The fairy type emerges here, delicate yet devastating, countering dragons with whimsical power. You encounter Sylvian first in the wilds near Lumiose, its ribbons dancing like silk in the breeze, or Klefki jingling keys from ancient doorways. These Pokémon embody Kalos' charm, their moves like dazzling gleam casting prismatic lights that blind foes. Gym leader Valerie in Laver City welcomes you to her fairy haven, her elegant Marwil and Sylvian testing your strategy. Lose yourself in Laver's misty forest, where trees twist into natural sculptures and Whimsicott float like dandelion wishes. Fairies aren't just cute, they're cunning. Their Moonblast attacks harnessing lunar magic to heal allies or shatter steel. This type's introduction feels like a secret unveiled just for you, turning long dominant dragons like Rayquaza into vulnerable prey. Deeper into Kalos, shadows gather around Geosenge Town, a stark contrast to Lumiose's glamour. Here in the rocky crags of Route 13 lies the ultimate weapon, a colossal cannon unearthed from the Earth's secrets. You arrive amid whispers of Team Flare, their red-suited members scheming under Lissandra's vision of a beautiful world. But the truth runs blood deep, tied to Azid, the ancient king whose grief spans 3,000 years. As you infiltrate their base, the ground trembles, revealing this behemoth of destruction. Azid himself appears, a towering figure crowned in gold, his eyes hollow with millennia of sorrow. Long ago, during Kalos' brutal war, he lost his Floette to battle's cruelty. Desperate, Azid forged the ultimate weapon, a life-draining machine powered by Pokémon energy, merging Yveltal's destructive force to end the conflict. It worked too well, petrifying armies on both sides, but at the cost of his beloved Floette, who fled in horror. You stand there, piecing it together with Professor Sycamore's guidance. Azid wandered eternally, his floating fortress drifting across regions, seeking reunion. His story hits you like a wave, how one man's loss fueled apocalypse. The weapon's revival by Team Flare aims to beautify the world by eradicating the unworthy, siphoning life to fuel Lissandra's selfish paradise. In the chaos of Geosenge's showdown, your team clashes with Flare's Groudon-like might, but it's Azid's revelation that shakes your core. He activates the machine, once more, confronting his past as Floette returns. Healed by the fairy flower miracle, forgiveness blooms amid ruin, Azid dismantling his creation, proving grief's chains can break. You walk away changed, the canyons echoing with lessons of hubris and redemption. Kalos' lore weaves even tighter in Reflection Cave, a labyrinth of mirrors beneath Route 9's haze. You enter this echoing realm, your reflections splintering infinitely, distorting reality until you question what's real. The cave's crystals pulse with otherworldly light, home to Carbink and Diancie in hidden grottos, but its true guardians embody life's fragile dance, Yveltal and Xerneas. These legendaries emerge in visions, their rivalry mirroring Azid's weapon. Yveltal, the destruction Pokémon, soars with crimson wings, draining life into cocoons of stasis, a harbinger of endings. You feel its shadow, cold and inevitable, as it turns foes to stone in battle's frenzy. Opposite stands Xerneas, the life Pokémon, its antlers aglow with sapphire energy, bestowing vitality that revives the wilted. The mirrors reflect this eternal cycle, showing you fragmented tales of Carlos's past. In one shard, Yveltal ravages war-torn fields, absorbing souls until Xerneas counters, horns channeling life streams that bloom forests overnight. Their clash powers the ultimate weapon's core, AZ harnessing Yveltal's void to fuel devastation. But balance prevails. Xerneas' light pierces darkness, reminding you that death feeds rebirth. You navigate illusions of rampaging Yveltal, its screech echoing off walls, or serene Xerneas herds restoring glittering caves' treasures. Emerging, the cycle sinks in, life and death intertwined, like Carlos's beauty born from ancient scars. No wonder fairies thrive here, their purity a bulwark against destruction. Push further into Carlos's tapestry, and Shala City awaits, with its towering Skiddo elevators and Mega Lucario trials. Power of Mastery holds the Lucaria Night, where Karina challenges you to master Mega Evolution's flow state, your pulse syncing with your Pokemon's roar. Coastal Sillage tests rock-solid resolve against Grant's Tyrant, waves crashing as Amora revives prehistoric chills. Parfum Palace's gardens hide the elusive Vivillon patterns, while Snowbell's icy peaks pit you against Wulfric's Abermasnow blizzards. Each town layers nostalgia. Remember catching your first fletchling near Santa Lune, or surfing Litleo prides across rivers? Helos battles feel personal, evolutions timed to your command, types clashing in balletic fury. Team Flair's plot unravels thread by thread, from Lysandra's cafe schemes in Lumiose to Malva's media manipulations, Aliana's digs in Glittering Cave, every admin a puzzle piece. You thwart them at every turn, your bond with starter like Greninja or Delphox growing unbreakable. And the Megastones, scattered like treasures, Venusaurite in Laver, tying back to Kanto roots, or Gengarite in the Frost Cavern, ghosts empowered anew. Yet Carlos's heart is its people and Pokémon harmony. Sycamore's lab in Lumiose hums with research, gifting Megastones for worthy bonds. Diantha's films immortalize adventures, her acting prowess matched only by her Mega Mewtwo battles. You collect fairy gems in Anistar's Sundial Plaza, where time bends under Ortega's psychic gaze. Route 20's Pokémon Village heals the weary, legendary Flet fluttering free. As AZ departs on his eternal ship, Floette perched loyally, you realize Carlos teaches letting go. The lights of Lumiose beckon return, but greater horizons call. What secrets await in the tropical paradise of Alola's Island trials and sun-moon eclipse, where trials test your spirit under dual suns? Drift toward that revelation next, where islands pulse with primal energy and legends clash in eclipsed skies. Alola's Island trials and sun-moon eclipse. Alola welcomes you with the warm kiss of tropical winds and the endless shimmer of azure waves crashing against volcanic shores. Did you know that in this sun-drenched paradise, trainers don't chase badges in stuffy gyms, but embark on island trials, ancient rites that test your spirit against the wild heart of the land itself? Each island holds its own sacred challenge, a dance between human ambition and Pokemon's primal power, all under the watchful eyes of the Tapu, those enigmatic guardians who shield the region like living fortresses. You arrive first on Melemele Island, the gateway to Alola's mysteries, where verdant fields stretch out like nature's own quilt, dotted with palm trees swaying lazily in the breeze. Here the trials begin in earnest at Verdant Cavern, a humid labyrinth carved into the earth, alive with the rustle of unseen eyes. Your trial captain Ilima, a poised young man with a smile, as sharp as his normal type team, guides you through puzzles that demand cleverness over brute force. You befriend Yungoos and Rattata, those scrappy survivors of the plains, until the totem Gumshoes rises, its alpha aura pulsing like a heartbeat of the earth, summoning allies to overwhelm you in a frenzy of bites and charges. But victory isn't just about strength, it's about harmony. As you emerge triumphant, clutching your Z crystal, a gift that channels the island's raw energy into a single, explosive move. The air thickens with electric anticipation. That's when Tapu Koko descends, the electric-bellied protector of Melemele, its golden shell gleaming like a crown forged from lightning. It doesn't attack. No, it blesses you. A shimmering shield envelops your Pokémon, a protective barrier woven from sparks and static, marking you as worthy. Feel that surge? It's the Tapu's way of saying you've earned their favour. The invisible armour that hums with the island's vitality, ready to deflect harm in the trials ahead. You can't help but wonder, what secrets do these guardians hide behind their playful yet fierce demeanours? Crossing to Akala Island by ferry, the salty spray misting your face, you sense the islands pulsing with deeper rhythms. Akala's trials ramp up the heat, literally, at Whaler Volcano Park, where fire dances in rivers of molten rock and the air smells of sulphur and adventure. Trial Captain Kiawe, the fiery dancer with rhythm in his veins, challenges you to navigate lava flows while battling fiery foes like Salandit and Marowak. The totem Salazzle emerges from the steam, her pheromones twisting the air into illusions, calling forth a horde that tests your every command. Succeed and the Z crystal for fire pulses in your palm, hot as the heart of the volcano. Deeper into the jungle of lush jungle, where vines tangle like forgotten dreams and exotic fruits dangle temptingly, Mallow's trial unfolds amid a symphony of buzzing wings and chattering primates. You solve riddles with Bounsweet and Steenie, only for the elegant Lurantis to reveal itself as Totem, its petals slicing through the mist like rose-coloured blades, allies blooming around it in a deadly garden. These battles forge you, don't they? Each Totem Pokémon, swollen with aura, isn't just a boss, it's a manifestation of the island's soul, pushing you to adapt, to bond, to truly listen to your team. Yet Akala's true whisper comes from Tapu Lele, the psychic, mist-shrouded guardian, whose interventions feel like gentle nudges from the cosmos. It blesses select trainers with shields of iridescent energy, veils that soothe wounds and sharpen minds. A reminder that Ilola's power flows not from conquest, coexistence. You've felt it now, that electric hum from Melemele mingling with psychic calm. Your Pokémon grow stronger, their forms subtly glowing under these divine protections. Pony Island calls next, rugged and wild, with jagged cliffs plunging into frothing seas and winds that howl like ancient spirits. The trials here are brutal tests of endurance. Paniola Ranch's ghost-ridden nights against Totem Mimikyu, its ragged Pikachu disguise hiding a void of despair. Marley Garden's waterlogged showdown with Araquanid, bubbles bursting like secrets, and the thunderous Okulani Observatory battle against Vikavolt, arcs of electricity chaining through the storm. Each totem battle peels back layers of Alola's lore, revealing how these alpha Pokémon draw strength from their territories, their allies swarming like echoes of the land's memory. But Executor Island? That's where the veil truly tears. This forsaken atoll, crowned by a colossal Alolan, Executor, whose palm frond heads sway like drunken sages, hides a trial unlike any other. You row ashore under a canopy of rustling leaves, the air thick with the scent of overripe coconuts, and something sharper. Ozone, perhaps? The totem Araquanid lurks in bubbling pools, but as you clash, rifts crack open in the sky, wormholes spitting forth otherworldly invaders. Ultra beasts, they call them. Buzzwole with muscles like bloated horrors. Pheromosa sleek and deadly as a blade. Kartana, slicing reality itself. These breaches aren't accidents. The totem battles stir the fabric of dimensions, exposing Alola's fragile border to the ultra space beyond. You fight not just Pokémon, but anomalies, beings from distorted worlds, where physics bends and hunger knows no bounds. Xurkitree's tendrils lash like living wires. Celesteela rockets skyward on exhaust plumes, dragging you into aerial duels that leave your heart pounding. What draws them here? The island's energies, amplified by the trials, punch holes through to their realm. Each victory seals a rift temporarily, but the revelations linger. Alola stands on the precipice of invasion, its guardians straining to hold back the tide. Tapu Bulu, the grass-clad behemoth of Akala, and Tapu Fini, Pony's misty siren, their shields now feel urgent, fortifying against threats no human eye was meant to see. As trials culminate in grand trials against the Kahunas, Akala's grounded might on Melemele, Olivia's steel-clad resolve on Akala, Tapu's earth-shaking fury on Pony, you collect the symbols of mastery, paving the way to the Pokémon League. Yet the journey's pinnacle awaits at the altar of the Suno and altar of the moon, twin sanctuaries perched on Executor Island's heights, where day and night converge in eternal dance. Moment, you've navigated betrayal at the Ether Foundation, glimpsed Lucamine's obsession with ultra space, and now, under a sky fracturing with eclipse light, you approach the altar. The Suno altar basks in golden rays, its pedestal humming with solar fire. The moon counterpart drowns in silvery shadows, lunar whispers echoing off crystalline walls. Insert the sun flute or moon flute, and the eclipse ignites, a cataclysmic alignment where Solgaleo and Lunala are summoned from the void. Solgaleo, the sun-devouring lion, materializes in a blaze of mane-like solar flares, its steel body radiating heat that warps the air, eyes like twin suns promising conquest. It migrates across cosmic expanses, a beast of pure daylight, ferrying souls through the dawn. Lunala, the moonbat-bathed emissary, unfolds wings of stardust, psychic moons orbiting its form, a gentle yet inexorable force guiding through nocturnal realms. These legendaries aren't conquerors, they're migrants, eternal travelers, bridging Alola to the stars, drawn by the eclipse's pull to bless or battle the worthy. You ride one into ultra space, wormholes twisting into kaleidoscopic nightmares, confronting Nihiligo's jellyfish tendrils that ensnared Lucamine's mind. Emerging victorious, the eclipse fades, but the bond lingers, Solgaleo or Lunala at your side, a radiant companion for the championship ahead. Doesn't it stir something deep? This fusion of trial, totem fury, guardian grace, and celestial summons crafts Alola into a region of profound balance, where every wave, every leaf, every star sings of interconnected fates. The trials have reshaped you, their Z-power thrumming in your veins. Tapu shields a constant whisper of protection. Ultra Beast scars a badge of interdimensional daring. Alola's eclipse isn't just an event, it's a revelation, proving the Pokémon world extends far beyond our skies, into migrations of light and shadow that defy comprehension. And as the sun dips low, painting the horizon in hues of papaya and passion fruit, your journey doesn't pause. What lies beyond these islands, where industrial spires clash with ancient dragons and open wilds hide masked paradoxes? Up next, Chapter 15. Galar and Paldea beckons with battles that shake stadiums and terrains that twist reality itself. You won't want to miss how their legends upend everything you've known. Galar and Paldea Galar welcomes you with the thunderous roar of crowds filling stadiums larger than any stadium you've ever imagined, where battles aren't whispers, but spectacles that shake the earth. These colossal arenas carved into misty highlands and bustling cities turn every gym challenge into a nationwide event, broadcast live for all to witness. Picture the wild area sprawling before you, an endless expanse of rolling meadows, craggy peaks, and shimmering lakes where Pokémon roam free, unbound by routes or barriers. Here, in this vast playground, you encounter herds of Wooloo, tumbling like fluffy boulders, or towering Corviknight, soaring overhead, their steel wings slicing through the fog. Galar's heart beats with this wild freedom. a land of steam-powered trains chugging through flower-strewn fields and ancient ruins whispering of forgotten kings. But what truly crowns Gala's legacy are its sword and shield monarchs, Zacian and Zamazenta, legendary wolves who embody the unbreakable bond of protection and conquest. Long ago, as the tales go, a ruthless king threatened the realm with endless war, his armies trampling villages and Pokémon alike. From the shadows emerged these noble beasts, Zacian, the radiant sword wielder, her blade form gleaming like forged moonlight, slicing through darkness with graceful ferocity. Beside her stood Zamazenta, the steadfast shield-bearer, his rusted armour expanding into an impenetrable barrier that turned aside blades and blasts. Together, they drove back the darkness, forging peace and crowning themselves as eternal guardians of the throne. You feel their presence in every stone circle dotting the countryside, where Dynamax energy pulses beneath the soil, allowing Pokémon to grow to gigantic sizes in those very stadiums. Remember the first time you stepped into Motostoke Stadium, flames roaring from its industrial heart, or Wyndon's glittering finale under the stars? The league challenge there isn't just about strength, it's a coronation, where trainers rise like new rulers, echoing Zacian and Zamazenta's heroic stand. Deeper into Gala's lore, the Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra expand this monarchy into mythic realms. On the Isle, Kubfu trains in the dojo's towers, evolving into the noble Urshifu through trials of single strike or rapid strike, fists blazing with the fury of ancient martial codes. The Crown Tundra, frozen and majestic, hides Regieleki and Regidrago among eternal ice, while Calyrex, the Deer King, seeks its steed to reclaim its crown, gliding on psychic winds over glaciers that crack like thunder. These expansions weave Gala's wild crowns into tapestries of legend, where every fossil revived in the lab or Kubfu's tower climb pulls you into a saga of lost royalty. And let's not forget the everyday magic. Orvik night taxis ferrying you across chasms, Cramorant's fishy deliveries flopping into your hands, or the simple joy of picnics amid applin orchards, where Flapple and Appleton munch alongside you. Gala invites you to live like a champion, your team growing stronger under rainy skies and sunny derbies. As Gala's misty horizons fade into memory, Aldea rises before you, a sun-drenched paradise of open terrains where the wind carries scents of olives and sea salt. No linear paths here. You explore freely across terraced cliffs, sandy beaches, and cactus-studded deserts. Your mount leaping ledges and gliding down slopes. At its vibrant core lies the academy life of Naranja or Uva, a grand institution perched on cliffs overlooking the ocean, where students like you study Pokémon in sunlit classrooms, bond with starters Sprigatito, Huecoco, or Quaxley, and unravel the region's deepest secrets. Classes buzz with young trainers debating type advantages or sketching terrestrial crystals. But beneath the homework and friendships lurks something extraordinary, the terrestrial phenomenon. Terrestrial debuts with a sparkle that changes everything you know about battles. Imagine a Pokémon suddenly wreathed in a crystalline aura, its body shifting to a Terra type that defies its origins, like a watery Quaquaval erupting in fiery power, or a grassy Meowscarada cloaked in steel. These transformations stem from sparkling terrastolium hidden in the land, mined from caverns glowing like geodes. In Paldea's gyms, leaders like Iono's electric spectacle or Larry's subdued normal-type normalcy showcase this power. Their arenas transforming mid-battle into terror stages bursting with colour. You trek through the region's 5 biomes, from the arid Asado Desert, where Ceruledge haunts ruins with ghostly blades, to the snowy Glaciado Mountain, where Abomasnow reigns amid avalanches. East Province's windmills turn lazily, home to roaring Great Tusk or roaring Iron Treads, while the volcanic West Province hides fiery armor rouge dueling over lava flows. Paldea's Academy isn't just school, it's a gateway to treasure hunts. The blue and crimson books propel you on paths of rivalries and revelations, uncovering the Elite Four's hidden lairs and the true nature of the school's founders. Picture late nights in the Academy lounge, swapping stories with Nimona about her unbeatable spirit, or Penny's quiet tech genius coding apps for your Pokédex. The open world pulls you into endless discoveries, surfing waves on Dondozo with Tatsugiri peeking from its mouth, or racing Miraidon and Koraidon, the Paradox legends, across zero-gravity zones. These bike-like beasts, future dragon roaring with electric hums or past rider pulsing with primal energy, unlock the skies and depths, turning exploration into flight. Yet Paldea's greatest enigma lies buried in Area Zero, the crater at the world's heart where time's fabric unravels into paradox Pokémon hybrids of ancient past and futuristic now. Descend with your team into this forbidden abyss, layers peeling back like onion skins, crystal-lit caverns teeming with Screamtail, a playful saber-tooth echoing primordial felines, or Fluttermane, a ghostly Mistdrivus fused with otherworldly tech, its mane flickering like holographic flames. Deeper still, Roaring Moon blends Salamence's brutality with ancient draconic fossils, while Iron Valiant merges Gardevoir's elegance with robotic precision, blades whirring in the gloom. These anomalies twist reality, born from Professor Sada or Turo's experiments with the time machine. Bridging epochs in a dance of what was and what might be, you confront the Professor's AI legacy, Glimora's toxic blooms guarding the core where the true paradox awaits, a machine echoing with the cries of eras lost and unborn. What drives you through Area Zero's eerie silence, broken only by dripping echoes and distant roars? The thrill of uncovering how these hybrids challenge evolution itself, their stats and moves defying nature, like Brute Bonnet's mushroom caps sprouting poisonous spores from a prehistoric blueprint, or Iron Moth's futuristic wings shedding metallic dust. Paldea's terrains aren't just landscapes, they're canvases for reinvention, where terrestrial crystals refract light into rainbows, and every cliffside camp invites reflection under starry skies. Remember the first shiny you chained in those open fields, or the epic Titan battles against Clorf scuttling across beaches? The region's lore pulses with family ties, like Gita's unyielding leadership, or Arven's heartfelt quest for healing herbs, turning personal stories into world-shaping odysseys. As you emerge from Area Zero's temporal whirlpool, heart pounding with the weight of timelines intertwined, Galar's crowns and Paldea's crystals have forged you into a true explorer. You've tasted stadium glory, wielded sword and shield legends, marveled at terrestrial shifts, and peered into time's fractured mirror. But the journey doesn't end here. In Chapter 16, the eternal Pokémon journey, we'll chase horizons that loop forever, uncovering cycles and legends that bind every region into one endless adventure. What secrets await when the path circles back on itself? Stay with me, and let the stars guide us onward. The eternal Pokémon journey. Did you know that the legendary Pokémon scattered across every region aren't isolated myths, but threads in a single, unbreakable tapestry guarding our entire world? From Kanto's skies to Paldea's vast plains, they watch over us all, their powers echoing far beyond their homelands. Take Arceus, the alpha Pokémon, from Sinnoh's ancient lore. It's not just Sinnoh's creator, it's the origin of everything. Its plate shaping the very elements that define regions you've explored. The Alga commands time itself, rippling effects into Johto's bell tower, where time bends with Ho-Oh's rebirth cycles, or even Paldea's paradoxes, where terrestrial energy warps chronology. Palkia twists space, linking directly to Galar's Dynamax phenomena. Those massive battles drawing on dimensional energies that mirror ultra-space breaches in Alola. You see it everywhere once you connect the dots. Giratina, exiled to the distortion world, haunts Unova's shadows through the Swords of Justice trio, their noble stands against humanity echoing Giratina's antimatter realm. In Hoenn, Rayquaza soars as sky-high king, but its mega-evolution resonates with Carlos's Sigarda, both coiled guardians stabilizing ecosystems against mega-disruptions and fairy-type upheavals. Lugia calms the seas from Goto, yet its psychic waves sync with Kyogre's primal rage in Hoenn, and even Samurot's ancient kings in Unova nod to that oceanic pact. These aren't coincidences, they're deliberate links, proving the Pokémon world operates as one grand mechanism, with legendaries as its eternal sentinels. Consider the late guardians of Sinnoh, Azelf, Mesprit, and Uxie, who forged willpower, emotion, and knowledge into humanity's core. Their influence stretches to Alola's Tapus, Ring Guardians, infusing islands with life force, or Galar's Zacian and Zamazont, sword and shield embodying resolve against eternal threats. Eternatus, that cosmic dragon, crashed into Galar, its poison energy poisoning the skies, but it ties back to Carlos' ultimate weapon, both remnants of otherworldly cataclysms threatening global balance. And don't overlook Mewtwo's creation, Encanto, born from Mew's DNA, but Mew's playful essence dances through every region as the ancestor of all Pokémon, a genetic whisper in Paldea's Miraidon and Koraidon, those futuristic paradox riders, bridging past and future. What hits hardest is how these guardians intervene when regions falter. During Unova's black and white divide, Reshiram and Zekrom clashed ideals and truth, but their dragon origins traced to Kyurem's emptiness, pulling in Hisui's noble steed echoes from Legends Arceus. Alola's Nihilego invasions warped minds, countered by the guardian deities, whose Z-moves pulse with the same protective fervour as Ori's shadow Pokémon purifications, or even Kitakami's loyal 3 from the Teal Mask tales. Every crisis reveals the web, Aldea's Stellar Terra crystals awakening ancient kings Terrapagos, whose typing mastery guards treasure from beyond stars, linking to the space-time duo's cosmic oversight. You feel it in your bones, don't you? That sense of unity, where no region stands alone. These legendaries don't just protect their patches of land. They safeguard the Pokémon world's fragile harmony, intervening across borders when existence hangs by a thread. It's why a trainer's journey, no matter where it starts, always circles back to this profound truth. Now let's rewind through the starters that launched your own epic. Remember that pivotal choice in Pallet Town? Bulbasaur, with its bulb-brimming potential, evolving into Ivysaur's sturdy bloom, then Venusaur's colossal flower, unleashing solar beams that felled gyms from Cerulean to Viridian, or Squirtle, the tiny turtle hardening into Wartortle's watery jets, Blastoise's cannons blasting foes in the Pokémon League itself, Charmander's tail flame flickering hope through trials, Charmeleon's fire punch igniting rivalries, Charizard's wings carrying you over Indigo Plateau in triumph. Those evolutions weren't just power-ups. They mirrored your growth from wide-eyed kid to champion. Fast forward to Johto's new Barktown, Chikorita's leaf cape rustling sweetly, Meganium's petal aroma healing allies mid-battle against Faulkner's birds or Morty's ghosts, Cyndaquil's backflames sputtering at first, then Quaileva's speed, Eflosian's volcanic blasts conquering Blackthorn's dragons, Totodile's jaws snapping playfully, Croconor's water gun, Duels, Feraligatr's ice fang crushing Lance's aces. Each one carried Johto's heartland spirit, your bond deepening through the Burning Tower's mystery or the Tin Tower's ascent. Hoenn called next, with Trico's sticky feet scaling Rustboro walls, Grovile's blade arms slicing through meteor falls, Sceptile's thunder punch electrifying Tate and Liza, Torchic's peck evolving to Combusken's kicks, Blaziken's blaze kick torching Flannery's heat. Mudkip's muddy resilience to Marshtomp's mudshot, Swamput's earthquake, shaking Sydney's dark types. These tropical titans taught you adaptation, surfing Slateport waves or diving southern sea depths. Sinnoh's Sandgem Town offered Turtwig's tough shell, the Grottel's forest charge. Torterra's continent, back-bearing worlds, within worlds against Cynthia's Garchomp. Chimchar's fiery flips to Monferno's close combats. Infernape's Mach Punch overwhelming Volkner. Piplup's Whirlpool to Prinplup's Mist. Empoleon's Aquajet piercing Barry's rushes. Amidst Mont Coronet's peaks, they forged your unyielding will. Unova's Novema village brought Snivy's glare to Servine's leaf blades. Superior's regal coil, enthralling Iris. Tearpig's ember, the Pignite's heat crash. Embor's flame charge bulldozing Alessa. Oshawott shell to Duwat's razor shell. Samurot's seamless aquajet piercing En's ideals. Through Chargestone Cave's electromagnetism, they questioned truth itself. Carlos's aquacord town gifted Chespin's rollouts, the Quilladin's pin missiles. Chestnaught's spiky shield blocking Seabold. Fennekin's Psyshock to Breakson's fiery dance. Delphox's mystics torching Malva. Brokey's bubbles, the Frogadia's water pulse. Greninja's tongue, threading Diantha. In Lumios's glow, they unveiled Megabonds. Alola's Iki Town trials tested Roulette's leafage. The Dartrix's spike cannon. The Seedway's spirit shackle, haunting Hapu. Litton's Firefang to Torracat's brutal swing. Incineroar's Malice Mallet slamming Olivia. Poplio's bubble beam to Brion's icy wind. Primarina's sparkling aria enchanting How. Island challenges built unbreakable teams. Gala's Postwick fields saw Grookey's branch pokes to Thwacky's drum beats. Rillaboom's boom burst rocking Raihan. Scorebunny's double kick to Raboot's pyro ball. Cinderace's pyro ball igniting Leon. Sobble's tearful look to Drizzle's sucker punch. Intellion's sniper shots piercing Mustard. Wild area wanderings honed your crown ambitions. Hisui's ancient echoes revived Rowlet anew, the shadowy archer, or Cyndaquil as fiery weasel, Oshawott as noble clam. Aldea's Messagoza offered Sprigatito's leafage, the Florigato's play rough. Meowscarada's flower trickery fooling Larry. Huacoco's water gun, the Crocolore's biting flames. Skeledurge's torch song, haunting rhyme. Quaxley's powder to Quaxwell's aqua cutter. Quaquavel's aqua step dazzling Geeta. Open skies and terror raids redefined your path. Each starter's legacy pulses through your veins. Evolutions marking milestones, friendships enduring beyond badges. Venusaur's seeds sprouting new beginnings. Charizard's roar echoing final victories. Greninja's transformation symbolizing hidden strengths. They weren't just Pokémon, they were your mirrors, growing fiercer, wiser, with every league conquered. And as horizons expand, what lies beyond Paldea? Whispers of new lands call, like Kitakami's enchanted valleys, where Ogerpon's masks hide deeper lore, or the Blueberry Academy's terrarium realms, blending regions in electric unity. Future adventures, these uncharted seas, floating archipelagos, where starters yet unborn await your command. Imagine taming paradoxes in time-warped frontiers, or allying with legendaries unbound by maps. Pokémon World stretches infinitely. Each new region, a dreamscape inviting you to pack your Pokeballs once more. But here's the heart of it all. Your journey through Kanto's nostalgia to Paldea's wonders proves the Pokémon World is eternally yours. Legendaries unite as global guardians, starters legacy your timeless companions, and endless horizons promise dreamy travels without end. No final farewell, just perpetual discovery. As these tales lull you deeper into rest, carry this truth. The ultimate adventure lives in your dreams, connected forever. You've traversed every path, bonded every legend, evolved every starter. Now, surrender to sleep, where the next region awaits in your subconscious wanderings. The eternal Pokémon journey never truly ends.